That's it. That's the one. There you go. Hey, good morning, everybody. Where are we at? Coach Christie got the belt today. Congratulations, Coach Christie. We love to see it. What up, Norm? Joe is here today. A big shout out to our guy, Joe. Hello, Joe.
Good morning, Chatty House.
A big shout out to you and Jesse, by the way, for helping me out with yesterday's stuff.
Of course, man.
That was big time.
No problem.
What's up, Warren? We are up in here.
Good morning, Chatty House.
Mrs. Mack, what's good? Jay Frederick, what's good? Zabo, what up? Yeah, we do have a show. You guys should have seen the looks these guys gave me when I said we were going to do shows yesterday. Oh, my God.
Well, yeah, you had said something about the week before, and then Damien said something else. I was like, huh, two different things are being said. Let's figure this out.
Yeah, Damien's like, wait, we're doing shows on Monday? And I was like, yes. And he's like, why?
Yeah.
Oh. Because I think it's the right thing to do. I don't know. So he threw together a best of show real quick. Thanks to our guy, Joe.
Yeah, shout out, Joe.
What's up, Tio? What's up, Christian? Well, yeah, mostly because I didn't even know it was a company holiday. We'd gone through the holidays.
I didn't know you didn't know that.
I had no idea because we had gone through. Damien and I literally looked at the calendar, and it was MLK was the one we worked, and it was like, oh, okay, we don't have anything until Memorial Day. And then all of a sudden, we got an email from Miller that's like, hey, for the holiday weekend, office closing at noon on Friday. I'm like, holiday weekend? Said what? So that's how that went down. Hey, we've got a red hot Denmark v USA, either Denmark or Denver v USA women's curling match going on. So if we get a little sidetracked with that, please forgive us.
Yeah, we're super locked in.
I know curling's the butt of the joke. Everybody's always like, "Oh, get into curling." Dude, curling's fun as hell. It's like shuffleboard.
I feel like it's a joke that turned into a bit of reality.
Yeah, right.
But people that are tapped into the Winter Olympics are like, "Oh yeah, no curling."
It's like I started saying word as a bit, and now I just say oh word.
Yeah,
like it's just a thing that just happened. Shout out to curling. Here we go. Hey, good morning, good morning, good morning. That's Jesse Tapia. I'm Kyle Madson, Joe Brazil on the ones and twos. And this is The Jump. It is Tuesday. Happy Tuesday.
Yep, it is Tuesday. We took yesterday off. We're all refreshed, ready to go. Energy's up this morning.
Monday on a Tuesday is fire.
Yeah, it doesn't even feel like Monday, though, is the thing. We just already got a head start.
Yeah.
Locked in, ready to go.
A lot happened this weekend. Did you do anything yesterday? I didn't do anything.
Same. I didn't do much.
I cleaned around the house. I was productive, I guess, that way. But, I mean, yeah. Oh, I caught up on the new Game of Thrones show. I caught up on that yesterday morning. Okay. That's fire. Night it's in the Seven Kingdoms. Yeah, it's fire. Caught up on that.
Okay.
Did some dishes, did some laundry.
Hell yeah.
Took the dog for a walk.
I did a lot of reading this weekend. We walked to Starbucks on Sunday. We walked to Starbucks because there's a new coffee shop about a mile and a half from the house. And we're trying to do some more walking because we're going to be walking everywhere in Japan. And so we just don't want to be in a spot where we haven't done a lot of walking lately. So we just want to make sure, so we're doing a couple 2-3 miles a day, just making sure that we're good to go. So about 1.4 miles to the Starbucks. We hang out, drink some coffee, read our books, walk back. Yesterday, woke up, ate some breakfast, and read all day.
Nice.
I'm not a fast reader. I got through 300 pages of The Shining. Finished that book yesterday.
Yeah, when did you start that?
February, first week of February.
Okay. Yeah, so I felt like you were just getting into it on Friday or whatever, and this is now we're out.
Yeah, man. Because I usually read at night for the most part. So I get maybe a chapter and a half, and then my eyes get heavy and I go to sleep. Sure. So it takes me a while to get through these books, but The Shining, I was just locked in. Turns out Stephen King can write.
Yeah, who knew?
Yeah, I think I'm just going to be a horror book guy. Can't do the movies. But I'm going to watch The Shining. I'm going to watch that movie. because now I have to.
You got to.
What if we strap like a GoPro to your face and took you to the movies? It's like, oh yeah, Kyle watches The Conjuring and stuff like that.
Strap a GoPro to my face.
Yeah, just reaction video.
Oh yeah, I've seen those.
So put the GoPro like on the seat in front.
On the seat in front of me, yeah, like not on your face, literally, but just kind of.
It's just gonna be a lot of this. If you're watching on YouTube, congratulations, you'll get to see this. If you're not, appreciate you listening at 1320 AM or 98.5 FM HD2 or on the Odyssey app, iHeart app, TuneIn app, wherever you're listening. We appreciate it so much. Or perhaps on the podcast feed. But it would just be a lot of this. Just I go arms crossed because that's just a natural reaction because you're protecting like your.
Oh yeah, I'm a big hold the pillow guy.
Yeah, so I'm sitting here like this, and then it's a lot of this. It's a lot of just like hand up, not covering my eyes, but like hand up to the forehead and averting my eyes down. That's just not what I need.
Maybe plug in one ear so you can't hear or whatever.
No, I don't need all that. I don't need to plug the ears. I'm just like, I don't need to see bones coming through skin and stuff like that. I don't need to see
we're not watching Saw.
I don't need to see things getting chopped off. Like that's not my bag.
Fair enough. I don't want to see things getting chopped off.
Yeah, man. That's it.
I don't think
that's crazy.
It's not a crazy take.
Fair enough.
I got another thing from the weekend. I went to Mojo's. We'll talk about it, but I want to get into the NBA All-Star game because I don't know if All-Star Weekend is back.
Hey,
but the NBA All-Star game might be back.
Maybe.
I had a good ass time watching basketball on Sunday, bro.
Yeah, no, it kind of got me thinking. I was telling you before the show, maybe we finally got the effort. Maybe you can finally bring it back to East versus West and get the original thing back. But I mean, as far as Sunday went, it was the best All-Star game in I don't know how long. Saturday was fine too. It's just nobody was there to see it.
Yeah, that's a huge problem with. I think that's an all-star game problem in the NBA because it all goes to corporate sponsors who either don't care about basketball or just don't go.
No, it was
doing other stuff. Yeah, that was it. That was a tough scene for sure. But there's no reason to go. If I have tickets to, if I care tangentially about sports, like I care about sports a little bit, but hey, I can go to this massive party where all these celebrities are going to be, or I can go watch players I've never heard of in the dunk contest.
Yeah,
you go to the party.
Well,
I think we all would go to the dunk contest.
Yeah. Randy Lilly brings up a good point too. Wish they would have told people it was an earlier start. I don't know if they maybe promoted it or marketed it in the best way where people knew it was at 2:00 on Saturday and Sunday. I checked Twitter on Saturday, whatever. It's like, oh, the All-Star weekend starts at 2:00. So I was there watching the 3-point contest, but I'm not sure how many other people knew.
Yeah.
So that's tough. But I mean, the 3-point contest itself was fine. And then, Sunday was fire. You see Wemby talking to Anthony Edwards before the game?
Yeah.
He's like, yeah, I got you or whatever.
Yeah.
And Anthony's like, all right.
It was great.
Yeah.
It's exactly what we needed. And I think everybody knew that Wemby being in it because he's a psychopath in the best way was going to be good for it. But I couldn't help but feeling like I thought the basketball was good and I turned it on ready to hate on it.
Yeah.
I turned it on.
I don't want to say we all turned it on ready to hate on it, but we all just went in with just negative thoughts, I guess, about it just because we know what it's been the last decade.
Yeah, I turned it on, ready to go. This is a waste of time. Turn it off halfway through the first game and come in here on Tuesday and talk about how all-star games are dead.
Yeah.
And then they started playing a little defense. And then the intensity ratcheted up. And then you've got a comeback from the USA team and Ant hits a 3 and it's, oh man.
Well, the thing is too, like there was only about maybe 100 or so people there, give or take.
Oh yeah, no.
But there's a point you're watching the game. It's like, wait, is that the crowd? Yes. Are they into the game right now?
Yes.
Yeah.
It was so much fun. I couldn't help shake the feeling though, and I want to talk about All-Star Weekend in general, but I couldn't help shake the feeling on Sunday. Like that was, I think part of the reason I was having so much fun is it's because I feel like it's the first time I've had fun watching basketball all year.
Could be the case.
It's just so, and this isn't about the quality of player on the court. It was just about the overall competitiveness up until the final game, the whatever Stripes team got blown out. But I think I just was enjoying watching really high level competitive basketball for the first time it feels like all season.
Well, yeah, how many times have we watched a blowout this season?
Well, but that's it. And this is not specific to Sacramento. This is if you're in Washington, if you're in Utah, if you're in Brooklyn, if you're in where else?
Indiana.
I think probably if you're in Memphis by now.
Yeah.
But this entire season has been about losing.
It's been the story of the NBA season.
Yeah, and we've been talking about how losses are better than wins for the Kings since November,
Been rooting it on.
Yeah, it's been a while.
right?
It's been a while.
And the season didn't start great. So there was never a point in this year where it was like, oh, hey, this is fun. So on Sunday, watching really high-level competitive basketball, again, this is not about the quality of the player. It's an all-star game. Of course, it's all the best players. Yeah. But it was just the competitiveness and caring.
It was like you say, you had fun watching basketball. That's what it comes down to, yeah.
I think that's part of it. The competitiveness helped. And the all-star game looking so vastly different than it has the last decade or so helped a lot. But I couldn't help shake the feeling as I'm sitting there on my couch. I'm sitting forward on my couch. I'm sitting on the edge of my couch.
Locked in like it's the playoffs.
I'm dialed, dude. I can't remember the last time I did that.
I couldn't tell you from
curling. Game. Was it curling?
Probably for mixed doubles curling. You're absolutely right. That's exactly what it was.
Controversy.
USA v Sweden. Curling. Was there?
I think people are accusing Canada of hitting the stone twice.
Oh, damn.
Yes. I think they've been fined, but yeah, it's just been out there.
Man,
it's just if you're tapped in,
you can't do that. You can't do that. Curling's fun. I like curling a lot. We'll do a little Olympics update in a bit, but 3-point contest. We gotta talk about it.
That was fire.
Was it?
Yes. I had a great time. I was like, oh, this is amazing. All right, I'm not gonna overdo it. All right, but like how you saying you were sitting up for the All-Star game, that's how I was during the 3-point contest.
No, it's totally fine. That's totally fair.
What are you gonna do right now?
No, I'm asking questions.
No,
I'm just asking.
See, no, my energy's up here, and you're gonna take it down here. Go, do it. Go ahead.
No, man, it's All-Star weekend.
Yeah,
it's a celebration of the best players in the league for that specific season.
Great time.
Damian Lillard.
Yes, amazing.
Has played no minutes.
Nope, a 0. Goose egg.
Just like his jersey number. And he wins the 3-point contest?
Yeah, he did.
That's not fair.
No, yes, it is.
Right?
Okay, look it. We can talk about fair or not. Like I said, I was talking to you before. Maybe like he's coming out of the torn Achilles. He's probably not doing too much cutting or anything like that. He's probably shooting off the rack a lot right now. So yes, maybe it's a little unfair because that's all he's been doing. But point being, like it's fine. Let Dame go out there. Let him win it a third time. Like Larry Bird, I think someone else. I'm missing who else did a third time. I think in the 3-point contest. Maybe it was just Larry Bird. But point being, like it's fine. It's a good story. Devin Booker.
Can we start?
Devin Booker was amazing. I mean, it seemed like he was never going to miss until he got to that last rack. I mean, it was a good time. Con Canepa was great.
Craig Hodges? Is that right?
I think that's it.
Yeah, Craig Hodges could shoot it.
Yeah, that's what I said. Love Craig Hodges.
Larry Bird thrice. Yeah, Craig Hodges 3 times, 90 to 92.
And Damian Lillard.
And Dame.
Going for it a 4th time next year. He said he hit up Steph. We saw the messages on Instagram, I guess. No, the 3-point contest was amazing. Do that. We went up honoring an All-Star weekend now.
I have no recollection of Marco Bellinelli winning the 3-point contest. That's just not a thing that happened in my brain. That's crazy.
I honestly delete that from
it went Paul Dirk. This is starting in 06.
Yeah.
Dirk, Jason Capono twice, back-to-back years. Daquan Cook, Paul Pierce,
yep,
a Hall of Famer,
first ballot,
James Jones, then Kevin Love, Kyrie Irving, Marco Bellinelli, Steph, Clay, Eric Gordon, Devin Booker, Joe Harris, Buddy Hield, Steph Curry, Cat.
Don't do that with Joe Harris. He can shoot it.
Tyler Hero, Dame.
Yeah, Marco Bellinelli is one of these is not like the others.
Don't do that with Joe Harris.
Hey, Joe Harris can shoot it. All right, don't do that.
All right, man.
No, don't do that. No.
All right. Yeah,
stop.
No, Joe Harris is a really good player.
No.
Glad we celebrated Joe Harris at All-Star Weekend. That's
Joe Harris, we're telling your legend today, buddy.
Is Joe Harris still in the league?
No chance.
He's only 34 and he's out of the league, and you're trying to tell me?
Yeah, no chance. Like all he could do was shoot the 3.
Come on, man. But no, man. I'm kind of here for the idea. I'm kind of here for the idea that certain players, and I don't know how we would lay out this criteria, but even Steph, Dame, Clay, whoever, after they hang them up, if they just want to come out to All-Star Weekend and participate in the 3-point contest, I think they should be able to.
That would be fire.
I think if you win the 3-point contest multiple times,
that's how you get your re-entry back.
I think you should be able to come back at any point.
That's a great idea. I've never thought about that. Like you need to sell that or something to Adam Silver,
because that's the real exciting. If Dame had been playing this year and was just having a average-ish Dame season. The 3-point contest probably isn't as fun.
Yeah.
It's like it's a good time. It's
you get a story out of it now, like an
Yes.
actual one, rather than just Dame won it a third time. It's like also this.
Yes, this makes it notable, and so I think that would be great. Steph Curry hangs him up after the 2028 season, 2029 All-Star weekend. Oh, Steph is going to be in the 3-point contest. Hasn't played, or Steph in 2031. He hasn't been in the league for 3 years, but he's going to come back and try and win the 3-point contest. I think that'd be a lot of fun. It's something the NBA should look into.
No, that's definitely.
And call it the Dame Lillard rule.
They should definitely do that. And also, dunk contest, you're just never gonna figure it out, huh?
It's over.
It's not.
I think the problem with the dunk contest, and this is the jump. That's Jesse Tapia on comment. Joe Brazil's over there.
Real quick, like even like the 3-point contest was great. I loved it every second of it.
Yeah.
And the shooting stars contest after that, where you had Allen Houston, the Knicks team win.
Yeah,
that was great too. Like
I enjoyed that.
Yeah, like that's always fun. Yes. I feel like. And then the dunk contest is just. I'm gonna change the channel.
It's a buzzkill.
Yeah.
Here's the problem. Here's the problem with the dunk contest.
I was surprised they didn't lead off with it.
We're out of dunks.
I don't think we're out of dunks. We're out of stars.
I think we're out of attainable dunks.
People don't want to do it though. Is the thing. Like there's no stars. There's no reason to tune in. Like Mac McClung. Mac McClung is a great dunker. Amazing when he's been in amazing, awesome, all that stuff.
Did you see the videos of the dunks he would have done?
I saw some of them. Yes,
they were the bet. They would have any one of them would have won the whole thing.
I would have much rather taken a star in the league rather than Mac McClung the last few years. That's so here's it's there needs to be a balance.
Yeah, I don't know. I would be interested to talk to one of the participants. But you can tell that Mac McClung, and again,
Michael Jordan used to do the dunk contest.
Yeah,
like you can't be above doing the dunk contest.
Jordan versus Neek was a Dominique Wilkins, not Neek Clifford, was a real thing.
Yes.
And so I want to know now, do these guys just get at does Jace Richardson? Because Mac McClung,
that's tough.
It's God dang. Mac McClung, you can tell based on, again, you can go find these videos. He posted the 4 dunks he would have done if he had participated. But he kind of said, to hell with the NBA. I can't get an NBA contract. I'm not going to help their All-Star weekend, which salute. I think that's great. His dunks were amazing. He did one where there's a guy on a ladder holding the ball up by the rim, and Mac jumps over a guy and then windmills his arm and without looking puts the ball through that. It was amazing. He does another one where he kicks the ball in midair. He does jackknifes his body, kicks the ball, and then dunks it. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, that's why they didn't want him in the dunk contest.
Well, it's why
not they, but I guess if you heard him, it's people didn't want him to do it or whatever, just because.
But I think he actively works on what would be a cool dunk. I don't know if Jace Richardson is out there working on his dunk package, or if they just go, "Hey, your dad was good at dunking. Do you want to come do this?" And he's like, that was a classic.
Sure. We got Jason Richardson at home type of thing right there.
Right.
No disrespect to Jace Richardson.
And so I wonder, do these guys really work on this stuff, or are they just kind of on the fly? Okay, yeah, I got the dunk contest in a week. Let me see what I can put together.
Yeah. I mean, how we can have someone on the show back then who won the dunk contest or was in the dunk contest? Because stars used to the dunk contest used to be appointment views, to be amazing. And it wasn't just it wasn't like Mac McClung's back then. It was Nate Robinson and Dwight Howard. They weren't doing these elaborate dunks. Dwight Howard was throwing on the Superman cape and just throwing it into the hoop. And it was just amazing because it was entertainment. That's honestly all I'm asking for at this point. I don't need you to do the crazy stuff or whatever. I think there's no entertainment with the dunk contest at all.
Yeah, the problem is, was it John Collins a few years ago who brought out a plane?
Yes.
And just failed spectacularly?
Yeah.
That's what I mean by we've run out of dunks. When Jason Richardson did the 360 between the legs, it was whoa. Now when a guy does that, it's all right, cool. Seen somebody do that before.
See, but if it was Anthony Edwards doing it, people would love it.
Exactly.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. Yeah. If Anthony Edwards was the one doing that dunk, people, oh my gosh, it's amazing. Look at that, blah, 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 or insert whatever star player. Sure. It doesn't have to be LeBron anymore or anything like that. But if you had those guys and they're doing the dunks now, I think people would be just fine. Everyone would be excited, entertained, ready to go. The dunk contest would be great again. Maybe you're just missing that star power. I'm sorry, I'm not tapped in for the G League and two-way player dunk contest.
No doubt. I would like Jackson Hayes to be out of the league for what he did at the dunk contest.
Fair.
You say you're going to dunk from the free throw line, and then you dunk from 2 steps in front of the free throw line?
Yeah, we were running back free throw line dunks on Friday, I think it was, during D'Lo and KC, so that's kind of tough for you to go and do that on Saturday.
Yeah, like
Fresh
a
on the
full
minds.
2 steps past the free
Yeah.
throw line. That's a bad look. I don't think there's any star in the league who could do that and have people excited about it. But maybe you're right. Maybe Ant doing a 360 between the legs dunk gets the people going.
Yeah, you need to sell the event, and I'm sorry you can't do that with the guys that you have out there now.
Yeah. As far as the format, you said that maybe they could bring back East versus West now.
It's just the thing.
I think you have to not touch the format now.
Really?
Yes. Until
why?
Because I think if you have the successful, because it was, by all accounts, it was a successful All-Star
This was a win.
game.
Yes, this was a win.
A huge win for the NBA. People gave a damn about the All-Star game again. People were talking about it in a way that wasn't, this sucks. Look how bad it sucks.
Yeah.
They're playing defense. They're trying, but not like playoff intensity. They're just moving their feet defensively.
It's enough for an All-Star game. It's what people wanted.
Yes. I think now, if you do this and go, okay, cool, going back to what it was, people, I think would.
Do you think it would kind of?
I think it would be desperate. I think you found something that worked. I think you have to go with it.
See, you call it desperate. I feel like it's kind of striking when the iron's hot. I think it was Cade Cunningham before the All-Star game, when they were doing little media scrums or whatever that was talking about wants to go back to East-West eventually and just kind of experience that like the players before him did. I don't know if it's Cade Cunningham, but someone did say that, like talking about it going into All-Star weekend. It's just kind of like, I wonder, like I said, if it'd be striking when the iron's hot. Now you got the effort, and it's like you can get maybe the fans back, like, oh yeah, the All-Star game's back. We finally got it. We're doing East versus West, things like that. Like I don't really disagree with you, but like I said, I think it's rather striking when the iron's hot rather than desperation. Like you can bring it back finally. Like it's just like what people are so nostalgic about and what they've been missing. Like you can bring that back. The East versus West thing, all that stuff, the effort. Like you got the effort, and now it's just you can bring it full circle now next year, I feel.
But I'm wondering if you do one game.
And how sustainable is this World versus USA thing too?
We'll see. Like that's it. If you get to a point where they look and they're kind of mapping out what it's going to look like the next year, and they're like, man, there's going to be like 7 guys for the world team. We're going to have to really like they were already, I think, stretching to get guys on that team.
Yeah.
If they look at in 2020, I don't know, 2029, and they go, then cool, go back to East versus West. But the problem is, I think if you go back to a full 48-minute game, you're going to start to see that lackluster effort. I think the appeal here was this is 12 minutes, and it's win or leave the court. I think it's way easier to have Wemby try his ass off for those 12 minutes and Ant try his ass off for those 12 minutes and set that tone. Because LeBron said, like, Ant and Wemby set the tone. I think it's way easier to do that in a 12-minute game where, all right, loser goes. Winner stays on to play the next team. I think it's much easier to get a full effort for those 12 minutes. Then, Wemby was on the court for 6 minutes, but now he and Ant are off the court and guys are screwing around. Like, you're not going to get the momentum back.
Yeah, I hear you. I want to fight against it, but it's a good point. But
thanks.
But I'm still going to hold that hope. I think eventually we get back to East versus West.
I do too. I think at some point we go back to that. It's some league anniversary, maybe. But I think for next year, you've messed with the All-Star format so much that, okay, you found something that works, just don't touch it.
Yeah. And I also
just let it be this for a couple of years and let this be the standard for a while before going back.
Yeah, they get a strike for not marketing it being 2:00 or whatever, the way people like nobody knows at 2:00.
Shout out to the Olympics.
But that's the thing. I'm not going to knock up too much because I mean, you get bumped for the Olympics. So move it to 5:00 next year, get some fans in there, and I think you're cooking with some.
916-909-1320, 916-909-1320. That is our studio line. We got our guy TC wants to talk about the dunk contest. What's up, TC? Oh my God.
TC.
Y'all got me better, bro?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up?
Better.
Hey, listen. So the dunk contest, I get it. I want to see stars too, right? But at the same time, I get it too from their standpoint. Dudes is like, man, you can get injured on any play, right? But I get it. They're like, man, if I'm not finna go out here and keep jumping up and down. I'll blow an ACL. I'd rather do that during a game. You get me? So some of it could be fear or some of it just they might not want to participate. I'm just looking at it from another angle. Also, bro, this draft, I've been doing homework, watching ball. Bro, this draft is so deep, man. We finna hit this year. Like, it's deep to the second round, even undrafted guys. Who we gonna pick? I know we got our lottery pick, bro, but hey, listen, this draft is deep, y'all, and we finna hit this year. So that's why I'm not really tripping. I know everybody's frustrated, but we finna hit this year, y'all. That's all I got. It's not optimistic. We really finna hit. That's all I got.
Thanks, DC.
Good Lord,
yeah, emphasize that point.
What's that guy's deal?
Yeah, started with the first point. Like, nobody, I don't think, has ever gotten like extremely hurt or catastrophically hurt doing the dunk contest, right? Where it's like, oh,
Jace Richardson.
Well, he's fine, right? Just a little icy, a little icy hot. He's good. He's good. Walk it off. I'm saying, like, yeah, no one's blew out an Achilles.
No, not yet.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So I don't think that's a thing TC was talking about. But yes, the draft is.
I think that's a worry, though. I think that's part of the reason the guys are like, man, I'm not. But to the point about Wemby and Ant setting the tone, if a couple of players, one guy on each team says, hey, we're doing this, I think other people follow suit, but nobody wants to be the guy who is like, no, we need to try. Like, it's just, no, Wemby's going to go play hard. Ant is going to play hard. They've been talking trash, and everybody kind of follows suit and goes, okay, cool. We're good to play. Nobody wants to be the guy who's out there running around trying to grab every rebound when people are like, I'm mailing it in.
And then second point on the draft. Yeah, this is going to be a deep draft. If I'm Scott Perry, I mean, maybe try to figure out another way to get into the first round.
Yeah, I don't know that anybody's disputing that it's a deep draft. We've talked about it. If the Kings don't get the number one pick, I feel good about Scott Perry being the guy who is picking fifth.
Yeah.
Or fourth.
You're gonna get someone there. You just hope you get the right one.
Yeah. But, and given what Scott Perry did this year, it's hard not to feel good about him identifying a good player.
Yeah.
Regardless of whether
TC really drove home that point to him.
What did he? They're going to hit this year.
Yes, they are.
I think it sucks if you're the NFL watching the NBA All-Star game be awesome.
And be like, wow,
knowing you have no recourse.
Now it's over.
You have nothing.
We got Shedeur Sanders and Joe Flacco here. Like,
well, and did you see the ratings numbers?
I didn't.
It's like 8 million people watched the NBA All-Star game, and the NFL the MLB All-Star game was like 7 point something.
Yeah, and Johnny
and
his
the Pro Bowl's
grandmother
at 2 million.
Yeah.
There's just nothing they can do to save it.
I'm at the point where it's like, if you're going to tie it into contracts, just give them a little badge or whatever. Nobody needs to go and play anything. Just give them their money.
Get a jersey patch the next year.
Exactly. Just do something like that. You were a Pro Bowler. Congrats. You were a Pro Bowler and All-Pro. I think it'll be more meaningful that way, but we don't need to go and play flag football. I don't need to see them run the tush push in the flag football style or whatever. Like, I don't need to see CeeDee Lamb lining up as a DB. It's pointless. It's fine. I don't want to watch him play dodgeball. It's cool.
And I will say, I'll hold the L on that, because I thought that that's what the NFL needed to do, and it just didn't. It didn't work.
Yeah,
it's not working. The NBA, on the other hand, has tried a bunch of things, and they might have landed on something that worked.
And it's too physical for effort too.
Yeah, that's it. You can play with a level of effort in the NFL or in the NBA that we saw it. You can play with effort and intensity that's not like, man, somebody's going to get hurt out here. It's not, you don't have to play full contact, crazy physical. If you want to play some Ole defense at the rim, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
But make it a little bit difficult to drive. Contest a 3-point shot. Don't shoot it from half court every time. I think that's fun.
Yeah.
And I think we saw that. I just don't think that football as a sport has that avenue.
There's talks about adding an 18th game. It's like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to try in the Pro Bowl then.
Yeah.
It's insane.
That's it. If you're going to add the 18th game, just can the Pro Bowl. Nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to be there.
I caught some old Pro Bowl highlights this weekend, actually.
How'd that go?
It was great. You want to know why I caught some old Pro Bowl highlights?
Yeah, please tell me.
Because we were watching Adrian Peterson highlights. I'm being dead serious, too. I can show you my YouTube history.
You said we. Do you make your wife watch Adrian Peterson highlights?
All right, I'll set the scene. No, I was in my living room. I was in my living room watching Adrian Peterson because there was nothing else to watch or whatever. So like, I'll literally throw on old highlights. So I was watching AP highlights, and she's off to the side during her nursing school doing her homework and stuff. And I'm just on the couch. Oh wow, AP was great. But it was the Pro Bowl. I think might have been the one before or after the same one where Sean Taylor lit up the punter. Yeah. So that's why I remember. Yeah, we went into some Red Sox highlights after that. But this is not a joke.
She's over there doing nursing school,
And
and you're like, man, Adrian
He
Peterson
was great.
Hey, Adrian Peterson in that 2012 season. Woo!
Yeah. No, yeah. Shout
She's
out.
over there like,
She's out there trying to
she's like
better
she's out
people,
there,
better people's
ligaments,
future and hers.
ligaments,
Yes.
tendons, illnesses, and you're like,
Baby, he ran for 296 his rookie year.
You see this? Watch this cut. Watch this cut.
What a legend. Dude, he's like Derrick Henry, Saquon, and everyone mixed into one.
All right, we got a ton of stuff to get to. Sac State is going D1 FBS. Maction is coming to the West Coast. We'll
Yes,
talk
it
about
is.
that. The Dolphins released a couple of players that the 49ers should be in on, should not be in on. Adam Silver addressed the tanking thing, and the league is discussing perhaps the most dramatic way to stop teams from tanking. We'll dive into all that over the next couple hours. That's Jesse Tapia. I'm Kyle Madson. Joe Brazil is going to push the button. We're The Jump on ESPN 1320, Sacramento Sports Center.
What's going on, Chatty House? Here, just so you know, I'm not joking either. Look at this. Yeah, we went to Adrian Peterson's dominant career NFL highlights to best Red Sox moments of all time.
The algorithm's just dialed in.
Oh, yeah.
I have a new complaint about the NFL draft.
Oh, nice. Is that for the show or for the stream?
Let me do it for the stream. I have a new least favorite type of draft analyst on Twitter. And it's because there are definitely draft analysts who, my guy Corey Canan knows what he's watching. And when he does breakdowns, is breaking down things like footwork and like little minutia that when I'm watching, I've got nothing. Like I don't, it's a depth of the sport that I don't get into. And I learn a lot. Then there are people, and this has been cropping up a lot lately. They just post an all 22 video and their analysis of it is just the play-by-play of what happens.
Yeah, I say it all the time. Releasing all 22 for everyone to buy and just giving every fan access to it was the biggest mistake of all time. Just because you can afford all 22 and yeah, the safety was here. Like you're not analysis, bro. Like I'm sorry.
Yeah,
like,
telling me that he beats the DB and then shows off body control to make the catch and then gets 2 feet in. Like, yeah, man.
Like, oh yeah, I watch film.
That.
Like that's cool, bro. You watch the all 22. You don't know what you're watching.
I saw that on the TV copy.
Yeah.
Like I don't. That's not teaching me anything. That's not. That doesn't tell me anything about.
You're out here breaking down plays from your bedroom. Like come on.
And there are people who are, like I said, there are people who are really good at it,
like
and I learn a lot from those people. But I think there's a lot of people trying to jump on the content train.
That's what it is. That's what I'm talking about. It's like a social media and Twitter thing now, where it's just Joe Schmo was like, oh yeah, well look at this.
Yeah.
All right.
I could say a lot of people tweeting for each other, like trying to show everybody else how much they know instead of trying to actually like educate people.
Brother, we got the same TV at Costco. Like we're the same. Relax.
Mel Kiper's a legend. I think he's lost a step.
Lost both his feet.
I believe 7 people sent me the iced coffees.
That's so funny. I thought of you immediately when I saw that.
Yeah, it's good for my brand. Really good for my brand. That so many people. I ordered the hat right away.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Manny actually was the first person who tagged me in it, and is the first thing I did. We're trying to save some money for Japan, and I was like, honey, I'm so sorry. I'm buying this.
New hat just dropped. Sorry.
Yeah. I bought the dad hat style though because I'm afraid that iced coffee logo is going to be really tall and it would make the crown really high, and then I don't like it. So, bought the dad hat style.
What's up, Germs?
What up, brah? I don't think it would be this year. All right, here we go.
Welcome back to The Jump with Kyle Madson and Jesse Tapia.
I'm Kyle. That's Jesse. Joe Brazil over there behind the glass.
Ones and twos.
On the ones and twos, all that stuff. Jesse, your Miami Dolphins.
Yes, mine. I love them. Claim them. Yes, my Miami Dolphins.
Released 2 players over the weekend. Bradley Chubb and Tyreek Hill.
Yep. Clear some cap.
Clear some cap. They're rebuilding. They're cutting ties. This is a higher profile version of what the 49ers did last year, where they are getting rid of players, they're taking those cap hits now and cleaning up their cap for the future, which is, I think, is the right thing to do. I would like to talk. Bradley Chubb. Where are we at on Bradley Chubb as a player?
He's a good player right now. I think if I'm the 49ers, I'm taking a look at Bradley Chubb, but also I'm not really paying anything of substance for Bradley Chubb.
If
he wants to take one of those 1 year, $10 million deals or whatever, where it's like $10 million guaranteed, fine, come play here. Maybe I'm not paying him anything crazy.
I feel about Bradley Chubb.
He's fine.
A little bit the same way I feel about Tyreek Hill.
See, I feel much worse about Tyreek Hill.
Okay, but let me again a little bit. We'll get to the Tyreek Hill portion of this.
Yeah.
But if you're bringing in Bradley Chubb as the Bryce Huff, if you're going to cut Bryce Huff, which they might do, and bring in Bradley Chubb to be a third pass rusher, great. I'm in. Bring him in at, like you said, a 1 year.
I think he might be fine as your second pass rusher though, next to Bosa.
Bring him in at a 1 year low dollar figure deal. I just think you have to do more.
Yeah.
On the edge. I don't think Bradley Chubb is going to totally fix your pass rush.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill, on the other hand, I don't think there's a realistic thing that's going. I don't think there's a realistic version of a Tyreek Hill contract that would make me okay with the 49ers signing him.
You don't want Tyreek Hill.
I'm all the way out.
Yeah, let him go be somebody else's problem.
I'm not all the way out. I've closed the door. I'm not locking it though.
He'll up Tyreek and all that stuff, but it's just who knows what he's going to look like after injury coming back. And also, I don't think what the 49ers need right now. Like, yes, he's a wide receiver, but also I just don't know if that's a player you're trying to win. Like, they have a thing, like they do things the right way, and Tyreek Hill has not showed up to meetings and he's quit on his team and things like that. It's just, I don't know. I'm just completely turned off by the player Tyreek Hill is.
916-909-1320, 916-909-1320. Tyreek Hill, yes or no? For your favorite team. We're talking about the 49ers right now, but if you're a Raider fan, if you're a Tampa Bay fan,
would you
take on Tyreek Hill?
Would you take Tyreek in a first round rookie receiver? Your boy KC Concepcion?
No. Tyreek Hill. Okay, so I'm gonna leave out any of the weird like tweets and all the stuff.
He's a troll on Twitter.
Stuff. Yeah, all that stuff. I'm leaving that out of this for now. The 49ers are in this situation because Brandon Ayuk got hurt and because Ricky Pearsall can't stay healthy. If you're adding Tyreek Hill to be one of your top 2 wide receivers, and Juwan Jennings is going to be a free agent. If you're adding Tyreek Hill as one of your top 2 wide receivers, this is a 32-year-old. He's going on 32. He turns 32 on March 1. A 32-year-old coming off a dislocated knee, a torn ACL, and other torn knee ligaments. And he's going to be 32, and it's not even guaranteed he's going to play this year. He says he's going to. His agent says he's going to. Tom Pelissero from NFL Media reported yesterday, it's not exactly certain. So if Tyreek Hill is one of your answers at wide receiver, that cannot be the case.
Yeah.
That cannot be something for a team that just needs health and stability.
Feels like a Band-Aid move, and the Band-Aid barely even holding on right there.
Yeah. You have no idea if they went and did what you talked about. They used the 27th pick on KC Concepcion, wide receiver from Texas A&M, possession receiver, really fun player to watch. And Tyreek Hill. That's not enough. That's not even close to enough. Because you don't even know if Tyreek Hill is going to play.
Yeah.
And if he does, you don't know when. And if he does, you don't know how effective he's going to be.
Well, what's that speed looking like?
Yeah, what's that speed looking like? What made him specifically dangerous though was that like quick twitch, ball in his hands. Yeah, he can just run by anybody. But also when he caught the ball over the middle, like he was very, very twitchy and very good at making people miss and turning in yards after the catch. Like that stuff all still matters. And who knows what that's going to look like. And that's even if he does get on the field. And so I think for the 49ers, I think one of their priorities this year has to be finding players who are healthy. Can't be a guy who fell in the draft because he tore his ACL in October and he might come back midseason, but we'll redshirt him till next year. It can't be a guy who had some injury problems early in college, and yeah, he's a little bit older now, but look, he had a breakout season last year, and the knee injuries are a thing. Like, nah, man, you have to find players who are A, good, and B, can stay on the damn field.
You need a guy you can count on when it's time to play Seattle on the Rams.
That's it.
Like that's what it's coming down to.
Okay, and that's the perfect. Does Tyreek Hill again? I want to make this very clear. This is not about Tyreek Hill, who the player was. He was a first-team All-Pro, damn near MVP. I think he finished 6th in MVP voting in 2023. That's 3 seasons ago. He was a top 10 MVP candidate, 1,800 receiving yards, bunch of touchdowns. He was amazing. But then those numbers declined a lot the following year. And then they had started to tick up before he got hurt in week 4 last year. They had started to tick up, but not even close to where he was in 2023 and before that. So we were seeing a declining player as it was.
Yep.
And that was coming off a major knee injury. I'm out, dude. I don't want anything. Now, again, the reason I'm closing the door but not locking it, if the Niners draft a player in the first round and they trade for, I'm just going to say Justin Jefferson because that's like the biggest name I can think of. They trade for Justin Jefferson, who again, I don't know if they will, but let's just say they do. Draft KC Concepcion. They have Ricky Pearsall. They re-signed Juwan Jennings on a reasonable deal, and they bring in Tyreek Hill on a $4 million contract. Fine. Sure. Because maybe he could be an awesome third wide receiver. And if he doesn't play, it doesn't kill you. But if you're bringing in a player like Tyreek Hill, who's coming off a major injury at 32 years old, and you're expecting him to be some kind of fix, does he get you closer to beating Seattle?
No.
Not even. Now, again, prime Tyreek Hill, sure. Prime Tyreek Hill absolutely does. But does this version? I don't think so.
Is Justin Jefferson, is he available?
I don't know.
Or
I think he might have been before they fired Kwesi Adofo-Mensah, their GM.
Because it's like if there's any like just thought that like, hey, like that Kyle Shanahan and John Lynch had was like, no, you can call the Vikings right now. Is there anything that you wouldn't offer for him right now? We don't have to give up, the next 5 first-round picks or anything insane like that. But just, Justin Jefferson costs a couple first-round picks, a third, second next year. I don't know. Make up a deal in your mind. But is there anything that you wouldn't give up for Justin Jefferson right now if he was available? That's kind of my thing. If he's even a little bit available.
It's one of those, we talk about this with the Kings a lot, right?
You can have Mac Jones.
Not all first-round picks are equal.
Yeah.
The 49ers have the 27th pick this year. If you're adding Justin Jefferson, you feel pretty good about your ability to be good again next year. I would give up this year and next year's first, for sure. And let's say Mac Jones. Let's say that's somebody that Kevin O'Connell thinks can help them. But then again, if you're trading Justin Jefferson, I don't think you're adding Mac Jones because I think you're going, all right, hey, we'll throw JJ McCarthy out there and we'll do the NFL version of tank.
The point being, like, you can have whatever you want.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Within reason, because I do think San Francisco has other roster holes I need to fill. But if you want next 2 firsts and a third rounder this year, like, yeah, man, bet, do it, call it in.
Yeah.
That's not even. I feel so. You're not giving up the first pick next year for Justin Jefferson. You're giving up 27 this year and probably a pick in the mid to late 20s next year. I think every team in the league would do that.
Yeah, you just wonder what deal's out there for the 49ers because I don't think that T. Higgins is going to be going anywhere this season. I think they're going to try and do what they can defensively, whatever they can, I guess, with what money they have, and just try to figure it out one more year. And maybe the year after that is the blow up. A.J. Brown seems to be an Eagle. Well, that seems to be check back. That's the thing. Like maybe check back in next week, and he might not be, and they might hate each other and things like that. So I'm not really sure who's out there. We did get that George Pickens was fined a bunch of times by the Cowboys last season report this weekend. Maybe they're not going to franchise him.
Can we do something? Can we take George Pickens off the table for the 49ers?
If you like, yeah.
I do not think that's a player that Kyle Shanahan wants on his football team.
Just why? Because he got that, I won't say diva, but he's a personality.
I think going through the type of player Kyle Shanahan wants and drafts and acquires a wide receiver, I don't think George Pickens is that. I think he's immensely talented. That's not shade of George Pickens. I'm just trying to.
He doesn't fit what the 49ers do.
Yeah, I think what's realistic. I don't think George Pickens is it. All right, let me ask you this. Just while we're here on the 49ers, 916-909-1320, 916-909-1320. If you'd like to chime in, please do. Let's say exact same compensation, 2 firsts and a third. Let's say that's the deal. And the Raiders call the Niners and the Vikings call the Niners and say Justin Jefferson for this deal, and the Raiders say Max Crosby for this deal. Same deal, 2 first this year.
Yeah.
Third this year, first next year. Yeah. Which one do you say yes to?
Raiders. It was nice talking to you. I'm going to go talk to Minnesota and get this deal done with them. Yeah, I'm trying for Justin Jefferson. Yeah. We'll get Justin Jefferson, Bradley Chubb. Congratulations. You're a 49er on a 1-year, $10 million deal. That's what I'm doing. No, yeah, I'm going Justin Jefferson.
Why?
Is
it the Seattle thing?
Yes, a little bit that, but also the game has shifted where it's like you can get by with a good defense if you have like you can kind of be what the Rams were this season. The Rams could hang with the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah.
No matter how great the Seattle's defense was, just the Rams had that offense where it's like, yeah, we can match up still and kind of go toe to toe with them. And I think that's kind of the route you need to take because I feel like you're much farther away if you're trying to build up a defense the caliber of Seattle and trying to compete that way. I think you're a lot closer if you add Justin Jefferson, takes a little bit off of CMC. You're not putting so much on his table. I mean, you're going to have to figure out what you're doing at tight end. You have to fix up the rest of the receiver room. But Justin Jefferson is probably one of the 5 best football players, just no regard of position in the league right now. I mean, you can say top 10, whatever you want, but point being, he's really good. He makes an impact anywhere on that offense. So you get him, you're able to put up points. Brock Purdy's a good quarterback. So you have like maybe a top 12 to 10 defense, just kind of short around there. You got Bosa and Fred Warner back kind of leading there. It's like, I'd rather go with Justin Jefferson.
Okay, what if I change that name to A.J. Brown? Instead
Max
of
Crosby. Max Crosby.
So Jefferson's the one receiver you would.
He's one of one. He's a one of one type of receiver in this league. One of one type of football player in this league.
That's what's going to be really interesting because I think San Francisco, if I'm asking them, although the need at receiver might be so big, this changes, but they have compared pass rusher in terms of importance to quarterback.
Yeah.
Like it is quarterback, then pass rusher, because pass rusher affects quarterback. That's how they view the sport. And that's how they view defense. And I wonder if they're looking at, okay, Nick Bosa coming back off an injury, his 3rd ACL tear. Michael Williams, a second-year player coming back off an ACL tear. I'm wondering if they're looking at, and they go, okay, Bradley Chubb would be great. But Max Crosby is a game-altering player. Where if Nick Bosa goes down, A, their pass rush doesn't completely go away, but B, when they're both healthy, A, you have a pass rush that might affect Sam Darnold. You have 2 edges that can defend, 2 edge defenders that can stay on the field and defend the run at a really high level. And is that enough to A, make Deommodore Lenoir even better, to help Renardo Green improve? Can Marquise Siegel and Malik Mustafa be enough in your secondary? Fred Warner coming back, D. Winters. Now all of a sudden you have this defense that, okay, maybe it's not Seattle, but you can really impact Seattle's offense in a way that your defense doesn't, or your offense doesn't need to be at that caliber.
Yeah, but what is your offense though? Because we'll talk about Christian McCaffrey later on. But like George Kittle is coming off of his injury.
Sure.
We're looking at the wide receiver room. That's really nothing there. Like Ricky Pearsall, you drafted him in the 1st round. That's great. The guy doesn't really stay on the field.
Yeah, Ricky Pearsall is a non-factor to me right now.
Jawan Jennings, you have to bring him back, and also he is not a wide receiver 1. And
no doubt.
Barely wide receiver 2. He's one of the best wide receiver 3s in the league. So it's just there's too much offensively where it's just you got to do something there. I feel like, and it's like it's you can get by on defense. I think just like I said with Fred and Bosa coming back, maybe you bring in a Bradley Chubb because I think Bradley Chubb he can still get to the quarterback. He's not a top tier pass rusher or anything like that. But I think he can take some. Well, if Bosa's taking the double teams or whatever, then say, yeah, Bradley Chubb can get to the quarterback. Like I said, Fred won't be back. I just think that you need more offensively given their circumstances. Like I don't disagree with what you're saying,
right. No,
but
you're
like
probably right.
defensively, it'll help him out big time if you get Max Crosby. Like that's just one of the premier pass rushers in the league. He's better than Nick Bosa right now, but you just need too much offensively to compete still.
Yeah,
I think you can get by defensively and win. And what I mean by defensively, like you can be the 12th, 10th best defense, but offensively, you can't get to that point, I think.
Where my brain is going, I can't. Hey, Joe, can we get the thing? Thanks. Where my brain is going is how they compare against the rest of the league. And I think you're hitting the nail on the head in that I don't think it's that complicated. They have to beat Seattle. The NFC, until further notice, goes through Lumen Field.
Yep.
And while I think I have zero doubt about the impact Max Crosby would have on the 49ers or any team, Raiders, Niners, or otherwise, I do think that when it comes to stacking up against Seattle, I think you have to add another receiver, at least one. I wouldn't be surprised if they trade for a receiver. It might not be Justin Jefferson or AJ Brown. It might be, I have no idea, but they go sign Christian Kirk. They go draft a receiver in the first round. It wouldn't shock me at all if they try to completely overhaul their receiver room, because it is. You look at Christian McCaffrey; he's turning 30. George Kittle's 33, coming off an Achilles tear. They have nothing at wide receiver. God love Ricky Pearsall, but when he's on the field, he's very good.
And let's say that the 49ers are able to turn their defense a top 7, top 5 defense. Like, wow, they're great. You look at the Seattle Seahawks, and what sets them apart is that they have the offensive player of the year still. Like, they have JSN. Sam Darnold had a great year. And if you look at the 49ers, what are you throwing on the other side then offensively if you're bringing in the Max Crosby? It's not Juwan Jennings.
It's
Christian McCaffrey just had an insane amount of touches right now.
You're crossing your fingers for Ricky Pearsall.
Yeah,
and you're crossing your fingers that George Kittle comes back sooner than you think, and he comes back fully healthy. And you're crossing your fingers that Christian McCaffrey is a one of one in terms of being able to replicate his success after having 450 touches in a season.
Yeah.
And I don't know that that's viable. In fact, I know it's not. So I think you're probably right. I think there needs to be a massive overhaul in their receiving corps. And when they look defensively, I think you probably see, instead of going and trading for Max Crosby. Now I should say, this is if there's a major wide receiver trade available and Max Crosby is available. Neither may be the case, or maybe just one or the other, where this is not a dilemma. But if there's not a game-changing, game-altering wide receiver trade out there for the 49ers, I think you see them active in free agency, signing at least one, maybe 2 wide receivers. I think you see them draft one early. I think you see them draft a defensive end early. But I think they're going to be way more active in free agency this year because you have 2 choices. You're at this tipping point of, do you go all in? Do you push your chips in and say, okay, we need to compete with Seattle now? And you do that and go for it this year while you still have some version of your core with Trent Williams and Kyle Juszczyk and George Kittle and Nick Bosa and Fred Warner? Or do you say to hell with it, pull the plug and go, hey, let's see what we can get for Nick Bosa in the trade market? Let's see what we can get. Is there some team desperate that could use Trent Williams for a year? And see if we can get a day 2 pick for Trent Williams.
Yeah.
See if you can get a first round pick for Nick Bosa. Like that's your other option. I don't think that's an option on the table for the 49ers.
How do you feel about Mike Evans, a rookie receiver? We're out on the Tyreek Hill thing. Mike Evans was hurt last year. Kind of wondering if still got some juice left in him, but
yeah, see, Mike Evans falls into the same bucket. Again, this is not I am very pro Mike Evans.
Oh, yeah.
But when you look at, what is he, 32 now? 33?
Yeah, 32.
32, and he turns 33 in August. So he'll be going into his age 33 season. He's dealt with injury stuff the last couple of years. I think I'm out.
Okay.
They played 8 games this year. What did he do against Seattle, though? Did he play against Seattle? Hang on. This might change my mind. Stand by.
Ooh, we might have won one.
Hang on. Didn't play against Seattle.
Yeah. Bucks fan Zabo says don't put that into the air. He's staying in Tampa. I don't know.
I don't think.
I don't know. Yeah, seems like he's out of there.
Nah.
I'm interested in Christian Kirk.
Yeah, Christian Kirk can. If you re-sign Juwan Jennings and you bring in Christian Kirk, but even then, like, I don't think if you're drafting a receiver in the first round, I don't think it's enough.
They got to trade for someone.
Defense is so good.
You have to make the move. You have to make your Christian McCaffrey move. It's time. It's time.
Or trading way up in the draft and going and getting Mekhi Lemon or something.
Yeah. Just getting you need the guy now.
You need a star. This scheming people open is not going to work against Mike McDonald, man. He's too good of a coach. He's too good of a defensive coach.
Yeah.
I've heard people refer to him as defensive Sean McVay. Like, that sounds horrifying. You're not gonna out scheme him. It's just it didn't happen when he was in Baltimore. It didn't happen in 3 games when he was in Seattle. You were a Reek Woolen missed time jump away from scoring 19 points in 3 games against Seattle this year.
Do you think the scheming receivers open has a glass ceiling to it?
Yes.
Time?
Yes. 100%.
Okay. I asked because I was thinking about this last night. Like, the Rams have Puka and Devontae Adams. Like, the Seattle has JSN. Then you look at the Broncos. Like, they have Cortland Sutton. He's like a wide receiver 1. I feel he's not just a guy.
Oh, I don't know if Cortland Sutton's a 1.
Well,
that's nitpicking.
He's kind of like the bar, though, I feel.
Okay.
But point being is, like, yeah, I wonder if, because like Denver and the Patriots, I guess, would be that argument, unless, like, you still bought in on Stephon Diggs. And like I said, Cortland Sutton's kind of the bar for me. But it's like he kind of teeters just that line.
They remind me of the Hawks. What you're talking about reminds me of the Hawks in the mid-2010s, where they have this awesome team, like team-wise.
Yeah, the Golden Tates and all that.
Really good. No, Atlanta Hawks.
Oh, Atlanta Hawks, excuse me.
Where team-wise, like top to bottom, are really good. It's Al Horford and Kyle Korver's out there running around, and Paul Millsap and George Teague. It's like, man, what a team. They won 60 games.
Yeah.
But when you get to the playoffs, like, you just got to have the dude.
Oh, LeBron swept them.
Like, right. And that's where the whole, like, scheming receivers open. That's great. That's super cool to a point. At some point in a game, in a play, in a set of plays, in a drive, you need one guy to just take over. You just say, get the ball in that guy's hands and let him be awesome. I think Debo was that player for a year. I think Brandon Ayuk had the potential to be that player. I think Christian McCaffrey was that player. And great. But at some point, I mean, you saw it in the second Super Bowl against the Chiefs. But Debo could not get open. I think he had 13 targets and like 3 catches.
Yeah.
He just couldn't get open. And scheme only gets you when you get to the Super Bowl and a team has 2 weeks to prepare for you. And that team probably has a good defense, if not a great defense. I just don't think you have a shot. And I think when you look at Kyle Shanahan's history against Mike McDonald, the scheme stuff isn't going to work. You got to have the dudes. You got to have the dudes who can win up front. You got to have the dudes who can win in the second and third levels. They just don't have that right now.
I think we solved something. 49ers definitely did trade for a guy.
Look at us.
Wow.
First, we fixed the NBA lottery.
Wow.
Now we're fixing the 49ers.
The NBA lottery thing that we did, that went pretty well, I feel.
Yeah.
There were some people who were like, I don't know. But yeah, there was one person that was like, oh yeah, Mavs, are you insane? But it's like, I think for the most part, like, it was like 8 out of 10 said yes, 2 out of 10 said no, it's fine.
See, but the bigger deal there was the idea.
Yeah.
If you missed it, Jesse and I and Joe was not here, but Joe can participate, are the committee to decide the NBA lottery order or the NBA draft order. And you just kick it around. Get a bunch of people in a room and say, all right, who deserves the number 1 pick? Everybody states their case. And you come up with the Sacramento Kings.
Exactly.
That's just how it kind of went.
Worked out.
But I mean, there's going to be the video we posted was just more or less, here are the teams. Here's the order of the teams. We didn't really deep dive on and we did that in February. We didn't do that once the season ended. But
do we come back to the does the committee come back to to discuss at the end of the season?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're gonna deep dive it. We're gonna look at which players played how many games, We're going to look at how many times they got pulled in the fourth quarter. We're going to look at all of it.
Sounds good.
And we're going to decide how the draft order should actually turn.
Can you imagine Adam Silver gives us jobs for this after? It's like, fellas, come work for me. You're going to be the part of the committee now.
Adam, give us a call. We got a show to do 7 to 9 a.m. Pacific.
Yes.
But after that.
Also, we have to do the committee selection thing, whatever, on the radio the day it happens.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
We get broadcast rights.
Yeah, on 13. Yes. Exclusive broadcast rights.
Exclusive, yeah.
Yeah.
I know ESPN 2 nonsense or whatever.
You can simulcast on NBA TV.
Maybe NBA.com. We'll see. It's the best we can do.
You guys just got to link our YouTube.
Yeah.
That's Jesse. I'm Kyle. Joe Brazil's over there. We're just solving problems today on the jump. Adam Silver's trying to solve problems of tanking. Jesse and I think we solved it, but Adam Silver's got a different, more extreme idea. We'll tell you what it is next on the jump. It's ESPN 1320 Sacramento Sports Center. That was a good tease. It got us out right on time. I'm really proud of that.
Nice.
Yeah, that was.
Well done,
I
guys.
just got excited. That was awesome.
Oh, sorry. I missed your TC question. Would you do without any first round picks included, Purdy straight across for Jefferson and then sign Mac Jones? No. No chance.
I finally watched Joe Dirt. It makes a lot more sense now why Kevin was always calling me that when I had long hair. Because I didn't even realize it was based in a radio station too. So it was full circle. I was like, oh, I get it now. It's a funny movie. I was talking to Andy about it at Aaron's thing at his party. And then Andy texted me to remind me the next day to watch it because I told him I would. So thank you, Andy, for reminding me to watch the movie because I did.
I watched what documentary did we watch over the weekend? It's called Queen of Chess.
Okay.
Really, really good.
What you said? Queen of Chess.
Queen of Chess. Yeah.
Is it about chess?
Yes.
It could not be. It is possible.
It's about. It's not Queen's Gambit. It's same sort of vibe. It's about a woman who plays chess, but it's a documentary. It's not a show. And it is just a really good, like, straightforward, not a 10 out of 10 documentary, but just a really straightforward, doesn't try and do too much storytelling. And I enjoyed it quite a bit.
Pretty sure I knew how to play chess better when I was like 10 than I do. I don't know how to play chess anymore. I forgot.
Shout out Crystal. She taught me how to play chess.
That's tight.
I remember it was fun though. Yeah, no, there were some classics in there, Stevie. It was funny. I can't believe that was my first time seeing it.
Crystal trying to teach you chess, and you're like, no, but babe, he had 286 yards.
Just pretend.
Did you see what he did in Chicago?
Did you see what he did to Willie Gay on this hit? He lowered his shoulder and put him into the dirt. God, Adrian Peterson was so good. I was tapped in the other day, but I haven't been locked in every game now. Honestly, I've been more tapped into Macklin celebrating it, for being real.
Yeah, facts. It's been really difficult to get super dialed into U.S. hockey because every time I look up, they're ahead 4-0.
the point.
Like the women are out. We'll talk about this on the radio side, but the women are outscoring opponents 31-1.
Yeah, just on a historic run right now.
Oh my god! They gave up a goal in the first game and haven't given one up since. They've won at least 5-0 in all
feel
those
like
games.
The Olympic hockey thing for the men's is just we're all just kind of waiting for USA versus Canada.
That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Team USA plays the winner of Sweden and Latvia.
Do you guys have the hockey game on right now?
Yeah, we're locked into the Czech Republic, I believe, in Denmark.
Czechia versus Denver.
Yep.
Bo Nix playing?
No, it's actually
I'm gonna make that joke until
it's actually Jared Stidham out there.
Oh god, then they got no shot.
We were robbed of a better Super Bowl.
Facts. I still think Seattle wins. Yeah. But a better game.
Welcome back to The Jump with Kyle Madson and Jesse Tapia.
I'm Kyle. That's Jesse.
Can I say
Joe's over there?
Can I say something real quick?
Please.
We were talking Olympics, hockey, and all that stuff. Shout out USA. Stevie B 916 in the chat out says there's also a miracle documentary about when the U.S. hockey team beat Russia. That's pretty good. Look,
hang on. I need you to pause what you're gonna say.
Okay.
I need you to be very, very careful about what you say next. Go on.
You know, I'm not gonna be careful. I've had enough of the Miracle on Ice stuff, man.
All right.
No, all right. Like we've had enough.
Halfway through that documentary, I've cried twice.
Look. I started it and I was like, I don't want to watch this. And it's fine. Like it's fine, but also like I feel like we have enough. But you are also a crier, I feel like, when you watch emotional things. So that doesn't count, I don't think.
Jim Craig talking about his mom dying doesn't move you at all?
Well, I'm not saying that, okay? Like, but
good Lord. He said when people die, they don't lose their strength. They just give it to somebody else.
Look, I'm not knocking the story.
I'm not
knocking the story. I'm not knocking the story. I'm not knocking the story. It's just
beautiful.
No, I'm not knocking the story. It's just we have a lot.
But we really don't. We have a 30 for 30 that tells the story from the Russia side. We have, or the Soviet side. We have Miracle, the movie, the phenomenal movie.
Yes.
With Kurt Russell. And this doc, the reason I like it, and the reason I think it's so the reason it's so appealing to me is there's a bunch of behind the scenes footage and actual like interviews with Herb Brooks, which are great. It's the players coming back to the arena in Lake Placid and like telling stories. And then there's parts where they show the players rewatching like big plays that they made with the camera just on them. And like your idea of watching me watch horror movies, it's that, but them watching highlights or big moments in these games.
Yeah.
And it's really, really cool hearing the story told through their perspective. And I'm enjoying the hell out of it.
Yeah, I don't doubt it. It was just, I've heard the Al Michaels thing or whatever, the call all the time.
Yeah, but that's it. It's more layers. Like we know the story, we know how it ends. Mm-hmm. We know that it meant more than just a hockey game. Like, yeah. No, we got all that. But hearing the different perspectives, like this is what I've always wanted. I've always wanted the documentary that has the behind the scenes footage, that has the players actually talking about their experience rather than like seeing that experience told through somebody else. It is really good. I'm enjoying the hell out of it.
And no, Stevie B, I'm not a spy. Okay,
No,
I'm not a spy. No, I'm not.
That's fine.
I'm just a man with an opinion in a radio show.
Okay, comrade. You got it.
Easy.
He's Jesse. I'm Kyle. That's Joe. Jesse hates America.
That's not true. That's not true.
Do you believe in miracles? Yes. That doesn't move you at all?
No, because I've heard it a million times.
Is there. The puck is still loose.
All right, dude. All right, fine. Wow.
Nothing?
No. It did the first 5 times, but now
it turns out the thing about Rob McClanahan getting the contusion and then him and Herb going at it in the locker room, not a Disney thing, actually happened.
Sick.
Steve Janicek, the goalie.
Oh, yeah, you're tapped in.
Janny's a hell of a goaltender, but we're not winning a national championship here, Craig. Like, yeah, that guy.
Yeah, that was solid right there.
Thanks. Met his wife at the Olympic Village.
I don't care.
It's so cool.
I don't care.
Janny didn't play a second.
I don't care that he met his wife. I don't care. Let's talk about tanking. I don't care. I met my wife in sophomore biology class. Nobody cares.
I kind of do. That's cute.
Nah. Let's talk tanking.
Did you guys sit next to each other?
Nah,
this go?
she sat in the table on the row to the right of me, up one.
That's adorable that you still remember that. So she's in an angle. So what'd you do? Like pass notes?
Nah, I said a joke and just kept telling the joke in class. Class stopped laughing, but she kept laughing. So
That's awesome. You're like, oh,
think I'm funny?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm funny.
And then we got married 13 years later.
There you go.
And you laughed at that. Want to get married?
Yeah. No, we talked about that in our little wedding ceremony stuff, all that.
He said, oh, she's still laughing. How do you feel about Adrian Peterson?
Yeah. Pretty good. Yes.
Yes. Adam Silver. He addressed tanking over the weekend. Didn't say anything about the fact that we already fixed it, but that's fine. I think he's probably wants to keep it a secret. So he did say they've considered removing draft picks for teams that are tanking, saying you no longer are eligible to pick in the first round. That's one of the potential solutions. And as with all these solutions, there's holes you can poke in it. My issue with that is, what if a team's just bad at drafting? And they're just a bad team. You're going to start removing picks? That doesn't help. That goes against the spirit of what we're doing here. So I don't know how you would determine whether a team's tanking or not. Like a certain player.
I don't think you can do it that way.
Certain, like there's a criteria for like a level of player that now we're like grading players, and we're putting like okay, this player has to play X amount of minutes or else you don't get your pick. But now that player gets to go into his contract and go, hey, I'm this level of player that has to play this many minutes. I need to make more. Like that's a really, really sticky situation.
We're past the penalties part of tanking.
I agree.
We're way past it. We're not taking draft picks away. We're past the fines and all that. If you want to actually do something about it, you need to completely overhaul the system.
Hey, speaking of the fines real quick, did you see what Ben Golliver from the GOAT NBA pod reported?
What did he report?
That the reason that the Jazz and the Pacers were fined for tanking, the Pacers fined $100,000, the Jazz fined $500,000 for tanking. $500,000. Ben Golliver reported that Adam Silver did that because gambling companies were mad at the NBA. Because like over-unders get affected by these things. Game over-unders, player props.
Yeah, we're cooked, Kyle.
We're so cooked.
We're cooked. It's over with.
We're super done.
If you want to fix tanking for the integrity of the game and this and that, that's great. I could care less about Joe Schmo missing out because the Jazz decided to sit so-and-so in the fourth quarter.
That's what, okay, this is what I don't get. And I don't want to, this is not
it's part of the gambling.
I'm not a big gambling guy. I'm not, but I get it for the most part. I was at the same station as Joe Fortenbaugh for a while. Like you pick this stuff up.
Yeah.
But shout out to my guy, Joe. This is all part of it, though. At least I thought. It used to be that, hey, the Jazz might sit their dudes tonight. That's a stay away for me. I'm not betting on the Jazz game.
Yes, we know what's going on here.
Right. Like that's what, I'm not touching that game with a 10-foot pole. But people do, and then they get mad, and they get mad at the companies, and then the companies get mad at the NBA. Like, no, that's stupid. That's dumb as hell. That's the bettor's fault. The bettor should know what's going on here.
Part of gambling.
Right. I don't look at a game and go, hey, that team is favored by 3 points. I'm going to take that team minus the 3 points. And then they get mollywopped 31-6. And I go, wait, hang on. That team didn't scheme the way I thought they should. I'm mad now. Like, no. You made a pick. You should have stayed away then if you didn't feel great about it.
Yeah. It's just we've reached a point now where it happened really fast where just gambling is here and these betting companies are here and it's kind of overtaken sports a bit.
It's ridiculous.
Like they're in the room and they have a say now.
Yes.
Like that's just part of it.
This is always the logical track this is going to follow.
Yeah, there was no like, oh yeah, we'll keep them at bay and just kind of work with them and things like that. It's like, nope, they're here and they have just as much of a say as you do now.
And probably more.
Uh-huh.
And that's really disconcerting. Like I get it. And especially when like Giannis is a shareholder in Kalshi, which is a prediction market app. And that's where like everything is on the table.
Yeah.
And Giannis is a shareholder, and Adam Silver hand waved that and said, no, it's a minuscule share from what I understand. It doesn't matter. But yo, Giannis was out here talking about, well, I'm sorry, not Giannis. Somebody, probably from Giannis's camp, is out here going, yeah, he's going to leave. He wants to leave either by the deadline or this summer. It's time to move on. Da-da-da-da-da. You're seeing, okay, the Heat are the favorite. Oh, nope, Minnesota's the favorite. Oh, nope, Golden State's the favorite. And there's all this money coming in. And like, well, nope, didn't get traded. Oops. And now all of a sudden, he's out here going, what did he say? As of today, I'm committed to the Milwaukee Bucks. Like, all right, man, I don't believe you. I don't believe anything he has to say now because I have a hard time believing that this shareholder in Kalshi, regardless of how much the share is, I have a hard time believing that Giannis isn't going to do whatever he can to try and drive money to that company.
Well, that's how a businessman works, right?
Right. So it's
just the world we're living in now.
It's so gross.
Yeah.
That was a sidetrack from the tanking thing. But there was another report out from Joe Varden at The Athletic that the NBA could consider abolishing the draft entirely. And that sounds kind of insane on the surface because that's just how players get into the league as they go into the draft. But I think it's the logical conclusion to where Adam Silver wants to go with his league. Adam Silver loves the European soccer model. Loves it. And we've seen that with the inclusion of the in-season tournament.
Yeah, shout out to the FA Cup of the NBA.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's hey, here's this tournament in the middle of the season. It's trying to just drum up some interest, and it's something different. Adam Silver wants to follow that model. And I think if Adam Silver had it fully his way, like money's not an issue, TV rights, all that stuff, like none of that's an issue. I think Adam Silver is trying to put the NBA on a course, and this may not happen in 10 years or 20 years or 25 years. But I think I think Adam Silver is trying to put the NBA on a course where the NBA follows the European soccer model in terms of player acquisition as well, where it doesn't go through school anymore. The NBA, every team has an academy that is effectively AAU. And if there's if Jared McCain at 10 years old is ripping it up at his middle school and the Sacramento Kings want to go, hey, Jared McCain and Jared McCain's parents, would you like to sign with our academy? And he goes, yep. And now Jared McCain is just in the Sacramento Kings system. Or maybe there's a player in a different, I just pick Jared McCain because he's from here.
Yeah.
I think that's the way Adam Silver wants this to go. Again, maybe not next year or in 10 years or in 20 years. But I think that's the path he's trying to get the league on by getting it out there that, like, yeah, abolishing the draft is very much on the table.
So what do you think they do? What do you do next year then? Because it feels like, do we think a change is coming already? Not for the draft, this upcoming draft. Like the lottery and stuff will be here, but just 2027, I guess. Yeah. So like is because I feel like if you change it to something, you're gonna have to stick with that for a while, no?
I don't think this is something that would.
Man, abolishing the draft really feels like it. Not extreme, but just how do we get to this point?
Well,
because other like you said, teams in like soccer teams in Europe, that's just the way of doing business. So it's not weird to them. So it's why it's not necessarily extreme. It's just a different way of doing things at this point. It's just that's tough. Like I said, how do we get to this point finally?
It would take a while to implement because you couldn't do it overnight. And yeah, I don't think you could do it without the CBA. This would have to come up in the next collective bargaining agreement. But there would have to be there's a lot of hurdles financially on how much can a draft pick make. Is it literally you can just offer them like a max rookie scale contract or rookie scale extension out of the gate? Or is there a maximum dollar value that you can give that player and now you have to go recruit that player? How does it count towards your cap? Because teams the reason you can't just go, okay, we're doing it now. 2027 draft, it's starting. There's no draft. Everybody is just eligible to sign. Everybody's a free agent. Is teams would have to start maneuvering their cap differently. They would need to you might have to change what the salary cap structure is. There would be a lot of hurdles to address for sure, but I don't think it's out of the question. It adds a different layer of team building for sure, but it would also incentivize the opposite of tanking. Because if you're Darren Peterson and let's say the Sacramento Kings have this type of year, you're like, I don't think I want to go there. I want to go to the team that's won some games. I want to go to, okay, so maybe the Thunder don't have the cap space to bring him in. Maybe the Spurs don't want to use that cap space on him. But the Rockets go, hey, we need somebody that can score like that.
That doesn't really help the teams that need to get better, though.
But it could.
Yeah, but it's like, how do the Kings get from out from under that year then? How are they supposed to get better if they have a tough year like how they had this? Let's say, yeah, like that plan is implemented, whatever. They have the tough year that they did this year. How are they supposed to get better if, yeah, like it's not necessarily Darren Peterson's fault. He can go wherever he wants, fine, fair. But like, how are the Kings supposed to, I guess, yeah, get better?
I think the reality is that not every team would. But what the goal is to incentivize teams to push to the middle, right? To incentivize the Kings to, okay, couldn't sign any of the top 5 prospects this year, signed a couple of guys in the 20 range, but now, you know what? All right, Domantas Sabonis is not being traded. Domantas Sabonis is going to play. He's going to play a lot. And Keegan Murray's going to play, and he's going to play a lot. And you're trying to put together as many wins as possible to try and make yourself as enticing as possible to another team. Or to a draft prospect. Now it wouldn't be a draft prospect, just a prospect, a free agent. The problem there then becomes trades. And what do trades look like when draft picks aren't on the table? And that's where, like I said, that's something you'd have to work out in the CBA, where do you have like allotted salary slots for rookie contracts, and can you trade those salary slots? You say it's like the international pool money, right? In MLB. You have X amount of money that you can spend on international players, but from what I understand, you can also trade those international dollars. Could you do that? Like I have $30 million in rookie cap space. Can I trade Domantas Sabonis to the Raptors for I don't know, $15 million in rookie salary cap space?
Well, yeah, that's kind of what I'm thinking. Like in Europe, or it doesn't have to be Europe necessarily, just outside of the MLS. It's like, yeah, you're paying fees for players rather than a straight player for player swap.
Right.
Maybe it's kind of going that way rather than, yeah, we'll trade you this player for that player. Like,
sure.
No, it's just we'll give you $40 million or something like that for that guy.
Yeah, we're not gonna solve the problem here today on ESPN 1320 as much as good as we are.
But we are gonna talk about it.
Yeah, that's the kind of conversation the NBA is going to have. And that's why when you say like abolishing the draft would be extreme, it's like, yeah, for sure. But the NBA is currently looking at a product where 8 teams are sitting here in February going like, yeah, we're actively trying to lose.
Does a fixed draft kind of get you to where the NFL is, and where it's just worst record picks last or whatever, and maybe you limit tanking to the last couple of weeks of the season? Like kind of how the NFL does, or do you think it's just still a problem?
You say worst record picks last?
Yeah, the worst record picks first, excuse me. Like the worst record is the first pick. It's the NFL fixed system where like maybe like we talked about the Raiders tanking, but in reality that was just the last 2 weeks of the season where they like, oh yeah, we can actually get the first pick. Like, do you maybe go that way? Does that fix tanking?
No.
Where we see it for like a smaller amount of time rather than, hey, it's February, like everyone locked in, you're not playing.
No, because the hunt there is then just for draft picks. Like you would still see the same thing. You might see a team like Milwaukee look at it and go, hey, you know what? Whenever Giannis comes back, we might be able to push for the play-in, so we're going to try as hard as we can to win games until then. You might get 1 or 2 teams like that. But for the most part, it's going to be, all right, can we track down the Kings? And if you're the Kings, there's extra incentive like, hey, we got the number 1 pick. We can't blow this.
Yeah.
It might push more teams to the middle, but I just don't think it would. I think you'd see the same 5 or 6 teams trying extra hard to lose.
I just don't know what the fix is then. Like you just really have to.
The draft is
honestly, you might just. Well, that's the thing. Like you joke, but you might just have to do something along the lines of that. If you just want to completely just rid your league of tanking, because if you look at the NFL, I don't think teams in the MLB tank. I think they just choose to not spend money. If that makes sense.
MLB has so many other problems.
Yeah, so I gotta think that's theirs. But like the NHL, I'm sure teams tanking all that stuff. So it's kind of like if you're gonna get rid of it, like you're gonna need to reshape your league. Then I think not completely, but just the way you do the draft and the way prospects come into your league now.
No, it would. It would be a massive undertaking, and that's why I don't think if this is going to be a thing that happens, I think we would hear about it multiple years out. We would hear in 2027. All right, the last NBA draft is 2029. And it allows teams to gear up and start to figure out how they're gonna maneuver. And the other thing, like I said, is I don't believe the league could do that without adjusting the CBA.
Yeah.
So it may be until the CBA is up. Speaking of baseball, real quick, and labor disputes, baseball is going to shoot itself in the foot again, dude.
Yeah.
So Tony Clark, the executive director of the MLB Players Association, is stepping down, and he's also under federal investigation for basically siphoning money from the Players Association to himself.
Oh, sick.
Super sick. We are careening toward a lockout to the point that it's not even like a question.
No, just enjoy this season.
Writers are now like, when the lockout starts in December. And dude, it feels like baseball is finally gaining some momentum in the national conversation in a way that it hadn't in the last 10 years.
It was the most I've probably watched the MLB listened to on the radio in a long time.
Yeah.
Not just for my team, the Red Sox, like literally just with any team, anything that was on.
Yeah, it's interesting. Like there's so many interesting players and teams, and there's a juggernaut in the Dodgers that everybody wants to see lose. And I think that it's as interesting as the sport has been in a long time. And this is exactly what happened. 1994, sport at the height of its popularity. Player strike cuts that season short, and baseball didn't really get back until 98 with the Sosa McGuire home run chase. Shout out to steroids, save the sport. But I don't know that there would be any coming back from it at this point. If you go into a lockout this year where you are bleeding into next season and you're cutting next season short, and then even when you do come back, it's a weird shortened season, and God, you've lost all this momentum, and people are now talking about, oh, the NFL draft is coming. Oh, the NBA draft is coming. Oh, NFL training camp is starting.
Just never get back on your right foot.
Yeah, you're never going to be, I shouldn't say never. It's going to take you a long time to get back into the conversation.
Yeah.
But it feels like we're careening toward that. And it sucks because I think the World Baseball Classic is going to be awesome. I think that's going to gain the sport a lot of attention. I think specifically here in Sacramento, I think the A's are going to be awesome this year. And I think that would be really cool for the city. And it might just not matter after this season. A, because the A's might go to Vegas early, but B, because the league might just pull the plug. It sucks. And I don't know that there's anything to do about it, because we talk about the NBA potentially abolishing the draft. MLB's whole thing is trying to implement a salary cap.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a way bigger undertaking.
Yeah, I hate it. Honestly, it just feels like the owner's choosing not to spend money.
That's it.
It's
bailing out owners.
Yeah, don't cry to me about the Dodgers when everyone else can spend that money. And not necessarily to that level, but like, you don't have to be the Pittsburgh Pirates, the Colorado Rockies.
That's it.
Where your payroll is $75 million.
That's it.
There's no reason for you not to be around $200 million. The Cincinnati Reds, I think, came on hot to the end of the season or whatever. But they're playing well, and their payroll was about $150 million, somewhere along the lines of that. Like, you don't have to have this insane payroll to compete. Baseball is not a sport where it's like, oh yeah, the Dodgers are going to win the World Series every year. Maybe they'll get.
They almost lost it this year.
Yes, they'll get to the playoffs, all this stuff. Like, yeah, they have a great team, but it's just baseball is not this was like best team with top payroll wins every year. It just doesn't work that way. It's why the Mets haven't won a World Series and who knows how long.
Woof.
Yeah, so it's like 86. Shout out Bill Buckner.
Damn, that's my bad, dog.
It's fine. It's fine.
I didn't mean to.
It's fine.
That.
It's fine.
I'm sorry.
That doesn't hurt the way 2003 does.
Oh, okay.
But it's just. Yeah, for me, it's like, yeah, bring up the salary floor and just be an owner. Spend some money. Spend some money for this team that you bought so you can win some ball games. But now we've reached the point in sports where owning a team is more about making money, and that's what it's about. At least in the MLB.
I mean, it always. I mean, that's.
It's less about winning. It's always been a business, but now it's less about winning. There's less. I don't even want to say.
It doesn't feel like winning. Winning doesn't
It's not winning a World Series is not at the forefront anymore. It's not like that's just not that's not the top priority. I feel like for teams, at least
Not
for these
enough of
owners.
them.
For these owners, yeah, not enough.
Yeah, and you mentioned the Dodgers, and I do think there's something that can MLB do something where they stop the deferred money thing. Can you take that out of the equation? Can you can you penalize teams for spending over X amount of dollars, which they already do? There's a competitive balance tax. But the problem is what you said. It's not about how much the Dodgers spend. It's how little all these other teams spend.
Uh-huh.
Miami, Oakland, or the Sacramento, Pittsburgh, like all these teams that just notoriously don't spend a ton of money. That's the way bigger issue. And I don't know how you fix that when those guys who don't want to spend money are the ones making these decisions.
Yeah, if you're gonna do the salary cap thing, that's fine, but there has to be a salary floor too. Because if not, it's just gonna kill the game altogether.
A salary floor would matter, I think, much more than a salary cap would.
Yeah.
Because all that does is put a cap on the amount of dollars the top teams can spend. And now players are making less money, which I don't think anybody's here for. But we're heading toward a lockout in baseball.
Yeah, enjoy this season.
And that sucks big time. All right, that's Jesse. I'm Kyle. Joe Brazil's over there. We mentioned Christian McCaffrey earlier. His huge year might be horrible news for the 49ers. We'll tell you why next on The Jump. It's ESPN 1320. Wait for it. Sacramento Sports Center.
I was about to jump in there.
Thanks. Right back.
What's going on, Chatty House? What's up, Michigan? Chris? No. Yeah. My Medica took a bad loss this weekend. That was probably the most annoying part of my weekend. They just couldn't play connected at all or anything like that. They're just not good enough. They need players. What's up, Weezy? All right, relax, man. I will ban you from the chat if I have to. No, wait, one more week. I'm gonna have to wait though. I think. So I'm gonna need you guys not to spoil it for me. Nah, Stevie B, what is that? Didn't this weekend, that's damn sure. Yeah, I was texting my dad. This is the first time in a while. It's like going into the game. It's like, yeah, America's probably not going to win. Like, Chivas are just a better team right now. Shut up, Kyle. It's serious stuff we're talking about.
Okay, well, I was just talking to Bill, our general sales manager.
Oh.
And
shout out, Bill.
And he went, have a good weekend. And I said, yeah, man. Just stayed inside. I did a lot of reading. I finished The Shining by Stephen King. And he goes, oh, man. And I was like, yeah, I'm not a horror movie guy, but it turns out I might be a horror novel guy. And he goes, well, have you never seen the movie? And I said, no. And he goes, how old are you? And I said, 35. And he goes, oh, okay, well, that makes sense. I said, but you would be appalled at the number of movies I haven't seen. And he goes, oh, okay. He goes, I have a friend like that. I have a friend who hadn't seen the Matrix movies until really recently. And I went, I don't know if you guys remember, not a big fan of the Matrix. I watched it for the first time. It's fine. It's just a fine movie. And he goes, yeah. He goes, man, red pill, blue pill, man, I love them. And I was afraid he was, because I said, yeah, I just watched it for the first time actually recently too. And then he said that, and I was afraid he was going to ask me what I thought.
Yeah.
I was going to lie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's a big boss. I'll lie to Aaron and Bill.
I respect it. I respect it.
Nah, because I was walking in here, I would have gone, yeah, it's fine. I'd be like, I gotta go. I gotta show.
Oh, yeah, no, we're talking about a game, so I thought you were saying, oh, that was close. Talking about the game. Like you were sarcastically talking about the game we were talking about. So no, it's all good.
You brought up Chivas?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I have no idea.
Yeah, no, it's good.
You could tell me anything about Chivas and I would believe you.
Yeah, they suck.
Yeah, they do.
Chris, the Devers, like Bregman not coming back doesn't matter. They salary dumped Rafael Devers, bro. Like they're
Yeah,
stupid.
that was tough.
I saw they got rid of Kyle Harrison recently too, huh?
Yeah.
Oh, untradeable, absolute legendary pitcher, Kyle Harrison. Do you know how many times? Oh my
Dude.
God, I'm so sick of you people.
He just pointed at me, by the way, guys. He pointed right at me.
I'm so sick of Giants fans telling me their prospects are untouchable, and then that prospect being ass.
Yeah, they all turn out to be ass too. All of
They're
them.
the Gary Brown All-Stars.
Yeah, I'll never forget the day Danny Fry was. Oh yeah, Joey Bart's getting called up today, guys.
No, it's a big day. I got Joey Bart's cousin's niece on.
I think
It's a
Bryce
shoot.
Elder is going to be good.
Sure you
He's
do.
probably gonna suck.
Yeah,
Joe.
can't trade
so.
him. Untradeable
Yeah.
player.
I wouldn't. I definitely said that about Kyle Harrison. I'm not going to lie to you.
Everybody did. This is not. I wasn't
No, I know.
calling you out. I was calling Giants fans.
No,
out.
well,
You're just my
I am a
avatar
part
for
of
Giants
that,
fans.
so I'm definitely in there. It's all good though. Yeah, Luciano was a letdown. I was pretty excited for him.
30 seconds. Luciano, Luis Matos,
Matos
Elliot
still,
Ramos.
Ramos is good.
Is he?
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
He's gonna be good this year.
Okay. Hall of Famer.
I
him in-
did not
put
say
him in-
that.
put
I
him in-
did
He's gonna
not
be
say
good this
that.
year. Every
him in
sports
Cooper's
fan
Town.
ever.
Hey,
He made an All-Star
he
game.
made an All-Star game.
Good for Elliot Ramos.
Remember I
Bryce
thought-
Eldridge. Oh, who's a
Welcome back to The Jump with Kyle Madson and Jesse Tapia.
Welcome,
Hayden Birdsong?
Joe.
good.
Who are your favorite? Your
Kyle
top
Harrison.
5, who are your top 5 favorite Giants prospects that didn't turn out to be good?
Gary
Well,
Brown.
we just named a lot of them. I would say I was excited for Marco Luciano for sure.
Everybody was.
Man, you're kind of putting me on the spot here. I'm gonna go more recent though, definitely. I think Hayden Birdsong. I think I still, you guys are just
No,
I'm
Joe
gonna-
thinks they're gonna tell. Yeah, Joe, get out of here. Joe, get out. Joe, go take a lap.
Oh,
I'll take the
man.
studio back. No, go. You're
God.
done. Yeah.
dude.
I think he's still no, Joe. They don't. That's the whole point. That's the only reason why I asked. They
Yeah.
don't. They don't have anything left.
I wanted
Christian McCaffrey could talk. Come
I
on.
Yeah.
wanted Joey Bart to do well. I think he had
Everybody did.
big shoes to fill, so
Yeah.
that was disappointing. And then we'll end it there.
my favorite thing. And to catch people up on the radio, thank you so much for listening.
Yeah.
At the break, we were talking about all these like Giants prospects who had, because the Red Sox just DFA'd Kyle Harrison.
I think they traded him
Released
to
him?
Milwaukee.
Traded
I
him?
think.
They just got rid of Kyle
Yeah.
Harrison, who was once this like untouchable prospect in the Giants system. And I started whining about how many of these prospects I've heard Giants fans over the years say were untradeable and untouchable. And every team prospect hugs. Like that's just every fan prospect hugs. That's just a part of being a baseball fan. But we started kind of going down that path of all these different players
Yeah.
over the years with the Giants who were going to be awesome. Can't trade that guy. And then it turned out they were not very good.
I read it's actually so funny you bring this up. I read something this morning. I thought it was ridiculous too. Bo Davidson, one of our top prospects, in quotes,
Our top prospects.
one of the Giants' top prospects.
Grow up, Joe. Come on, be a professional.
It was a graphic, and underneath it said Barry Bonds Jr.
Oh my
I-
God.
Well, that guy. That guy
Oh, Hunter
stinks.
Bishop? Hunter Bishop was one.
He's still in the. How old is he?
He's got to be like 28 now. Hunter Bishop's older than you think.
Shut
Oh,
up.
we are cooked.
Poor Joe.
How old's Hunter Bishop now?
He's 27.
Oh, yeah.
no.
That's a lifer right there. What did I just see? It says Joe being dedicated to players that never made it warms my James Wiseman truth or heart.
Hey, this guy gets it.
Yeah.
This guy flat out
Uh,
gets it.
Brett Wisely.
Oh,
Shout out
man.
Deion Jordan. If you would have just made him an outside linebacker, it would have turned out great.
who was the cat that they traded to? Was it Tampa Bay? Christian.
Well, they had the dude that went to the Astros. That was actually pretty good for us. He ended up being their center fielder.
Marco Dubon, Mauricio Dubon.
Yeah, Dubon.
Big Mauricio Dubon guy.
He was fun.
Well,
Who was
shout out
that?
to
Christian something. Third baseman, second
Okay.
baseman, maybe.
shout out to
Christian
Giants.
Arroyo. Thank you, John Pauls.
Shout out to Giants failed prospects.
Okay, I remember him. Yeah.
Anyways, that's Jesse. I'm Kyle. Joe's over there. Christian McCaffrey.
Yes, the other Christian,
I have some deep
the
concerns.
better Christian.
I have some deep concerns about the 49ers running back situation this year.
What are your concerns, Kyle?
He had 450 touches last year as a 29-year-old.
Is that right on the dot?
450 on the dot, yeah. 413 in the regular season, 37 in the postseason.
Shut up.
He's the 10th player since 2000 to have 450 plus touches in a season. That's regular season and postseason. DeMarco Murray had 497 in 2014.
Fell off the face of the earth after that.
Eddie George, 488 in 2000. Not going to go through the whole list of numbers of players, but DeMarco Murray, Eddie George, Saquon Barkley, Larry Johnson, Edgerrin James, Amon Green, Arian Foster, Curtis Martin, LaDainian Tomlinson, and Christian McCaffrey. Those are the 10 since 2000 to have 450 touches in a regular season and postseason. That group averaged 469.5 touches in 17.8 games. So 470 touches they averaged in 18 games.
Such an insane number nowadays.
Ridiculous. It's also kind of insane that that's happened 10 times since 2025, but twice in the last 2 years. In the era where the workhorse back is kind of going away, we've seen Saquon and McCaffrey do it in consecutive years. Here's the difference in touches by those players in the season immediately following their 450 touch season. Keeping in mind, Curtis Martin is the only player to do it anywhere near 30. Christian McCaffrey turns 30 this year. DeMarco Murray, the year following his 450 touch season, 260 fewer touches in 15 games. Eddie George, 136 fewer in 16 games. Saquon Barkley, 136 fewer touches. He played a full season, 17 games.
Killed my fantasy team.
Larry Johnson, 188 touches after his 450 touch season. That's 299 fewer. He also only played 8 games. Edgerrin James had 175 touches, 299 fewer, 6 games. Arian Foster played 8 games after his huge year and had 317 fewer touches. You get the point. LaDainian Tomlinson, only 38 fewer.
Yeah,
Still
he's
played
one of the
16
5
games.
greatest running backs of all time. So he can be the outlier here.
He also had more scrimmage yards the following year, the only player to do it, and more touchdowns.
Again, one
The
of the
only player
5
to do it.
greatest running backs to ever do it. Shout out.
Difference in scrimmage yards. DeMarco Murray, 1,500. I'm going to round for the sake of numbers. Eddie George, 900 fewer. Saquon, 1,300 fewer. Larry Johnson, 1,500 fewer. You get the point. LaDainian Tomlinson, 198 more.
So good.
It's ridiculous.
I'm going to watch his highlights next.
Touchdowns. Let's do touchdowns next.
Yeah.
DeMarco Murray, 8 fewer touchdowns. Eddie George, 12 fewer. Saquon, 11 fewer. Larry Johnson, 15 fewer. Edgerrin James, 15 fewer. Arian Foster, 18 fewer.
But Daniel Tomlinson broke a record probably.
+2.
Oh my gosh.
They average 11 fewer touchdowns, 1,100 fewer yards, and 6 fewer games.
So what you're telling me, Kyle, is that we should all prepare for a down year from Christian McCaffrey because that's
Yeah.
what the evidence of past years says about past running backs who have gone through this kind of season.
Yeah, and it's also like you can tie this directly to Christian McCaffrey, who the 2 previous years that he led the league in touches. I want to get specific numbers for you. That's not what I wanted to click. That's annoying. The previous 2 years that he's led the league in touches, he's played 3 games in 4 games. In 2019, 403 touches, led the league. 2,300 yards, led the league. He was a first-team All-Pro.
Every more reason for the 49ers to go out and do what we said earlier and get the offensive guy, get the offensive playmaker.
Played 3 games in 2020.
Yeah.
2023, Offensive Player of the Year, 339 touches for the 49ers. That's just the regular season, by the way. 21 touchdowns, led the league. First-team All-Pro. The next year, he played 4 games. Bilateral Achilles tendonitis, knee injury.
Be ready for the down year. At least that's what everything in front of our faces tells us, and what Kyle tells us.
It is jarring. What, like, just this pattern.
Mm-hmm.
And you could shrink this down to 400 touches, and it's the same deal. Tons of guys get hurt. The production dips a ton. It's just kind of the nature of the sport and the nature of the position. Not to mention that Christian McCaffrey is 30.
Yeah.
Turning 30 in June.
The fact that he's even kind of made it this far for a running back, I mean, he's kind of a tier above the rest in terms of careers and things like that.
Mhm.
But running backs don't play this far, and they're not as productive this far into their careers anymore.
No.
So, like I said, just kind of going back, like, yeah, you need to go out and get that Justin Jefferson type of wide receiver.
Well, and I think not to try and make this, not to try and take this beyond the scope of the conversation we're having, but I think not only what you're talking about, going and getting that receiver, but I also think you have to overhaul what your offense looks like. Because if you're going to lean that heavily on Christian McCaffrey, if your offense is going to be that Christian McCaffrey centric, where when he comes off the field, it's like,
well,
don't know what we're going to do now.
That's the thing. It doesn't have to be this year if you make the right moves. There's only so
Sure.
Christian McCaffrey centric because everyone got hurt. Brandon Ayuk was nowhere to be found this year. Ricky Pearsall couldn't stay on the field. Jawan Jennings, like we said, is just not that guy. And you can only do so much with George Kittle. It's like, yeah, you kind of had, like, that was the thing with the 49ers. You had to give the ball to Christian McCaffrey as much as you did this season. Otherwise, you're probably not winning 12 games.
Mm-hmm.
That's why he was, fifth in MVP voting this season?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, like, you had, like, that was
Fourth.
just fourth, excuse me. So you just had, out of necessity, you had to give him the ball that much this season. Next year, I don't think that's necessarily part of your offense unless you just didn't address the needs you have offensively. Like, what happened this year should not have to happen again next year. And if it does, then that's probably more on John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan than anyone else.
I think it's scheme related, though.
You
Like, the
think so?
reason Christian McCaffrey plays so much is because they can't do the same things. And Kyle Shanahan has addressed this. He said it. Again, this is not me grinding.
Well, yeah,
the
but
tape.
maybe he's not getting 450 touches next year, and it's more like 380 or something like that.
But history tells us he's not going to get close to that.
Yeah.
History tells us he's looking at like 250.
Well, yeah, you can't plan
fewer
for
if he's lucky.
I don't think you can, but that's a tough way to do it because I don't think you can plan for Christian McCaffrey to get hurt. I think you can plan to like limit his touches of anything.
No, but that's it. That's what I'm saying. Is right now, the reason Jordan James, Isaac Guerrero, Brian Robinson didn't play a ton is because they can't do what Christian McCaffrey does for the 49ers offense. And what Kyle Shanahan is doing scheme-wise is contingent on teams reacting to Christian McCaffrey in a specific way. That they don't, in a way they don't react to Brian Robinson, in a way they don't react to Isaac Guerrero. And so how do you Christian McCaffrey proof your offense? Where if he leaves the field, it's not a disaster for you.
Get not this guy exactly, but you get the Justin Jefferson, you get the T. Higgins, the AJ Brown. You got to get one of those guys.
But can you? But again, I want to stick at the running back position.
Yeah.
Can you say don't give Christian McCaffrey as many touches? Can you be in a space? Because I don't think they scheme up. He had 129 targets. I don't think they schemed up 129 targets. It's just checkdowns. It's easy. He's open. Can you find a player? Or can you alter your system? And again, I think it would be finding a player because I don't think you're going to make this many changes to your offensive scheme. Can you find a player that you trust in those spots where Christian McCaffrey can play 60% of the snaps? Can you find a player that you trust to be on the field for 40% of the snaps in a game?
That's, I don't want to say unrealistic, but like that's just, you're not going to find that guy, I don't think. If you're looking at the running back room.
I'm not looking for somebody as good as Christian McCaffrey.
No, not as good as Christian McCaffrey, but just that can even maybe give you 80% of what he gives you on the football field. Like, I just don't think that guy's available for the 49ers. And I guess we can talk about what that means for them, but I don't think you're going to find that guy. I mean, maybe, I'm looking at it right now, maybe it's Kenneth Gainwell.
I don't think he's leaving Pittsburgh.
You don't think so?
But he's the type. He is the type of player. Yeah.
Yeah. He had 73 receptions this year. It's like he's kind of that prototype or whatever. Going down the list, I'm not sure. Like Austin Eckler's old. Najee Harris is not that
coming
guy.
Coming off an Achilles.
Javonte Williams, Travis Etienne. They're just not those type of running backs. So, like I said, like it's just if it's not
Etienne might be
maybe, but if it's not Gainwell or Etienne, it's just like I don't think you're gonna find that guy. And what does that mean for the 49ers at that point? Then?
So that's exactly what I'm getting at. Can you put together a passing attack with the receiver we've talked about? Can you put together a passing game that isn't so contingent on the running back? That isn't so contingent on George Kittle?
Yeah.
Like that's gonna be the big challenge, I think, for Kyle Shanahan this season. And like you said, you don't bank on Christian McCaffrey getting hurt, but I think it would be foolish to look at the last 25 years of this.
Or just not be prepared for it, I guess.
That's it. Not banking on it.
Mhm.
You're banking on 17 games from Christian McCaffrey. You're hoping so, but if him getting hurt or him being less productive comes as some kind of surprise, like, you're doing it wrong.
He's not, I guess, what you'd want or expect. But how do you feel about J.K. Dobbins? He's not the receiving back or anything like that.
I'm gonna go back to what I talked about with Tyreek Hill. I don't want any action.
Yeah, he goes
with a
against
player
everything.
who
He's
can't-
always hurt.
who
and
can't,
yeah,
who
he's
can't
just
stay healthy.
everything, but he can run the ball a little bit when he's healthy. But yeah, all right, we're out on that one.
Like, forget the EMF thing, right? Forget the electrical substation thing for a minute. Let's pretend they practice on the moon. All right. That doesn't work because there's gravity stuff there.
Silly comparison.
Let's pretend what
What a joke.
a silly guy. Let's pretend they practice right down the street from us. And there's no electrical substation.
Yeah.
J.K. Dobbins is still a massive injury risk.
Oh yeah.
I don't want anything like that.
Yeah, it's just these other names just don't excite me at all.
Brian Robinson can go. A person who covers the 49ers told me when they acquired him, "Hey, Brian Robinson has no juice." And I went, "Nah, dude, Brian Robinson's a good player. Nah, he's juiceless.
We're all
No
holding
juice.
on.
Sans juice."
We're all holding on to those couple of years where he was great on our fantasy teams because he was a waiver wire pickup.
That's
That's what
it.
we've all been holding on
100%.
to. Those years are long past.
And he had a couple of runs this year where you're like, "Oh, he lowered his shoulder and
Still got it.
tackle.
And
Here we
it's what
go."
is it? Little big league. That's a seeing eye single.
And then on 2nd and 3 against the Seahawks, he gets 2 yards.
Uh-huh.
Like, brother, can you fall forward one time? Not bitter. It's fine. Derek Carr, you noted,
Yeah. This made me
willing to
chuckle.
come back and play,
But
but only for the opportunity to win a Super Bowl. I think that means he's ready to be backup.
he's ready to be backup.
Yeah.
If that's the
yeah.
case, fine. You know what? Yes, come back. But if you're like, yeah, Derek Carr, I got this accent or whatever, even though I'm from this part of California where I don't know why people talk like
From
that.
Bakersfield.
Yeah, it's from Bakersfield. I don't know why people talk like that, but all right. But he's like, yeah,
They're
I
all
want to
from
come back and
Oklahoma.
I want to lead a team. No, you're not doing that, pal. You were never
What team
Not
is
that kinda
calling? Hey, what
quarterback.
team is calling Derek Carr?
to start.
Yeah.
The New York Jets. Don't laugh. I'm being serious. Wait, you
Oh my
want
God.
Brady Cook? Tyrod Taylor?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Yeah,
take
Derek
that.
Carr can start for that team.
Mike
He's
White
talked
doing
about-
anything?
Where
Shout
is
out to
Mike
White
White?
Lotus.
He was the Dolphins quarterback at one point a couple years ago. But point being, like, yeah, he's talked about Aaron Glenn, Derek Carr. Like, there's that has been put out in the atmosphere. Like, Derek Carr likes Aaron Glenn.
Yikes, dog.
Yeah, I like
If
what
he
they're
says-
doing. I
if
got
he
Garrett
wants to come back
Wilson,
for an
Brees
opportunity to
Hall.
win the Super Bowl. Brees Hall's a free agent. Niners should sign him.
I wonder if the Jets bring him back though.
They should if they're bringing in Derek Carr.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Should the Vikings call?
I don't want to have a serious conversation because I might be like, yes, they should. Like, hey, like the Vikings could make the playoffs with Derek Carr.
I don't think we can sleep on the fact that Kevin O'Connell doesn't like JJ McCarthy. I think
Yeah.
that has to be noted. But again, that's more I think of a Mac Jones.
Did the Vikings
conversation
make
than
the
a
playoffs with Derek Carr?
conversation.
See, we were making jokes, and now we got the Vikings in the divisional round.
All right, you have $1,000
No.
bet
Oh no.
on the Vikings to make the playoffs.
Yeah.
You get to pick. They trade for Derek Carr or Mac Jones. Who are you picking?
I'm gonna go Mac Jones.
Nah, me too.
I'm gonna go Mac Jones.
Come on.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Mac
Come on.
Jones.
I think you have to. He at least
Yeah.
played last year.
We played well too.
Yeah. I don't know if Derek Carr's healthy.
I think
I don't even know if he wants to play football anymore.
I don't want to say I think Mac Jones can do what Sam Darnold can do, but I think he can do a level of that. Or
That's
maybe
what
it's
I
not
think-
getting
that's
into a
why-
Super Bowl, but I think you can win ball games if that's what he's gonna play like.
That's why I think, and that's why I think the 49ers are going to get something substantial for Mac Jones. Substantial, I mean a day 2 pick or better, or a day 2 pick and a day 3 pick. I think they're going to get something real for him, as obscene as that sounds, or as insane as that sounds, because 2 years ago Mac Jones was terrible. I think copycat league teams are going to look at what Sam Darnold did in his career arc, and they're going to say, well, Mac Jones is a top 15 pick. We have a Kyle Shanahan offense.
Yeah, there's just
He can just run this.
teams that that are in that position right now too. Like you look at the Steelers or the Falcons. I think there's another team out there that we've discussed. But point being, it's just you're kind of just teetering the line. You
Mhm.
haven't been able to find your guy. You have good players around
Mhm.
your team and all that. But you're just waiting for a quarterback not to mess it up for you.
And can you get
Mac Jones is kind of that next in waiting player. We don't know if he's going to be that, but he's just kind of next.
Could you bring him in, give him a reasonable extension? I'm talking like 2 years, $50 million with 40 guaranteed, 35 guaranteed, whatever it is, and make him either your quarterback or your stopgap option. Like, I think there's a lot of teams that are going to be willing to do that.
Yeah.
And can Mac Jones making $25 million a year, can you surround him with enough talent to get to that level? I think that's going to be the question a lot of teams are asking themselves, and I think there's going to be a lot of teams who say yes.
Yeah, it's probably the Vikings, Falcons, Steelers that can use a Mac Jones.
Feels
right
like
now.
it.
Yeah. I don't
Feels
think
like
there's a Mac Jones with picks trade for Justin Jefferson out there or anything like that. Like if the Vikings are trading for
No.
Mac Jones, it's to win ball games.
I guess TC called back and said, would you do Brock Purdy for Justin Jefferson straight across and then sign Mac Jones to an extension?
The Vikings would hang up.
Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah.
I'm super out.
Yeah. That doesn't make sense to trade for a
Because
doesn't make
again,
sense to do a win now move at quarterback and then trade the best player in the NFL.
This goes back to what we were talking about, where at some point you just need dudes. Like at some point the scheme is going to fail you.
Mhm.
Like that's just what's going to happen. It's why Patrick Mahomes is really good. It's why Josh Allen has been really good. It's why Tom Brady was great, because it's not always going to be, oh, scheme this guy wide open, scheme this guy wide open. Like sometimes you're just going to have to make a throw. Sometimes you're going to have to make a play.
Yeah, this is the best of the best you'll ever see in your life as far as professionals.
Yes.
You can scheme up whatever you want,
Yes.
but there are guys that transcend the schemes and that's why they're the best of the best. And those are the guys you need to win the Super Bowl.
And that's why I think the 49ers don't trade Brock Purdy and keep Mac Jones, because I think you saw Mac Jones, the second action playmaking is very, very limited. The secondary playmaking. I keep saying second action. That's
Mac Jones type quarterbacks are being played out at this point.
Yeah.
Okay, unless you can move around, and unless you can give me a little like 5 yards down the field, a little bit on your legs.
Have extraordinary arm talent.
Exactly.
Yes.
But unless you can do that, you're probably not going to be a starter in the league very long.
Mhm.
Even Sam Darnold, he's not the most athletic, but he can move around a tiny bit.
Yeah, he definitely,
I wouldn't call Fernando Mendoza athletic or anything like that, but he can move around. Like that's just what you need now as a quarterback. You can't just sit in the pocket for 3-5 seconds and all right, no one's open. Let me just fall down like Peyton would. Like, no, that's not going to work anymore.
Yeah. That's Jesse. I'm Kyle. Joe Brazil is over yonder. Hey, before we get out of here real quick, I went to Mojo's for Valentine's Day. That's where
nice.
my wife and I went on our
was that?
Valentine's Day date. Dude.
You guys get onion
I
rings?
got a new chef in there. No, we did the Valentine's Day special.
Oh, what's that?
It was a tri-tip sandwich.
Fire.
Unbelievable. There was a toasted crostini artichoke dip. Phenomenal. What else was it? It was a kale salad. It was really good. I'm not usually a kale guy, but that salad was bomb. I ate the whole thing.
Yeah.
There was also
tri-tip sandwich.
There was dude.
Yeah,
It
same.
was gas. And then there was a sausage and sage pizza.
Oh, dude.
Bomb. Unbelievable. It was so much food. We took the pizza home, threw it in the air fryer later, ate it for dinner.
Fire.
It was awesome. It was such a good time. Shout out to Mojo's. And of course, the beer selection was great. Had a couple of fantastic brews while I was there. Can't wait to go back.
Shout out Mojo's.
That's Jesse. I'm Kyle. He's Joe. We're The Jump. Back with you tomorrow at 7 a.m. Until then, drink water, be nice to people. Rich Eisen's next. Our good friend Rich Eisen.
Yeah, Rich, call me back. Good shift, everyone. Shout out Filthy.
Good work, guys. Yeah, dude, Mojo's is legit.
Shout out Chatty House. Everyone be nice to each other,
Hey.
please. In the Chatty House.
Are people being mean to each other? Oh, Jesus Christ. It's ridiculous.
Shout out Stevie B. Shout out Michigan. Shout out Charismatic. Shout out Germ. Shout out Dr. David. Shout out Brian.
All right, guys.
Kyle, I sent you that Barry Bonds thing on Instagram.
Oh, okay.
All right, see you guys tomorrow.